Uploading.
Oh, yes! Yes! It's game time! Yes! Chiefs! All right. It's about 5 minutes before game time. I was getting my hair fixed up, so I was watching the NFL Red Zone. I wasn't watching any of the games in particular. And so I'm actually really behind. Really behind. But I do not want to get a trade a violation, if you will, here. So bear with me here one moment as I get caught up here. I actually was missing a lot of the games. Oh my God, the Raiders may upset the Baltimore Ravens. This is going to be fun here. I'm watching the very last play of the game here. I'm watching Lamar Jackson scramble. He's going to throw it backwards here. Justice Hill is going to throw it back. It's going to bounce. It's going to be a flag. And it's going to be Raiders are going to get a win in Baltimore. Raiders are going to get a win in Baltimore. How crazy is that, folks? How crazy is that? Wow. I'll tell you what, it looks like I didn't have that coming. Talk about things people didn't see coming. What about those Saints? Green Bay gets a win. Tampa Bay gets a nice upset win. Funk says golf was absolutely trash today. In LA, he fell off after he got paid. Detroit pays him, and he falls off again. If he keeps this up, he'll be the second worst contract in the league. Watson being number one. Man, I just found out some upsets. Cleveland over Jacksonville. Washington over the Giants. Not an upset. Seattle in overtime over the Patriots. And Minnesota over San Francisco. Perry, what's up, brother? Dan and Funk, how are you? Man, I am very fantastic. What happened was I watched the first half of the Red Zone. Then I had to fix my hair. And so I missed a lot of these games. So I have to get caught up. Golf, Campbell, Ben Johnson, our star player on the offense, played like trash. That's very disappointing. Andre, I didn't know Amon-Ra got hurt. I'm here to help out for your fantasy team, though. We'll find out some good receivers for you. Marvin Harrison Jr., what a comeback, scores right away. And that's awesome. Brock Bowers, 94 yards. I was not aware. That is fantastic. Baltimore will be panicking. There's some panic there, but the Ravens are a good team. I'm not overly concerned. If I was a Ravens fan, I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't be happy, but don't go panic. No, I wouldn't. Andre says I wouldn't imagine Baltimore. I wouldn't either. I expected them to lose to Kansas City. I felt really good about them beating the Raiders. I'm here in Vegas, and a lot of people this season were high on the Raiders. I was kind of chuckling, but a win on the road, an early game against Baltimore. That's tough in Baltimore. I tried warning people about the Ravens, though. You lose Geno Stone, who had 7 interceptions. He's getting ready to play here in just a minute. You lose Jadeveon Clowney, who had possibly the best season ever. And then you lose Patrick Queen, Pro Bowl linebacker. By the way, we are going to start here in Kansas City here. The Bengals are going to get the ball. First kick goes out of the end zone. The Bengals are going to get the ball at the 30-yard line here. I didn't have an opportunity to go over my keys to the game. I was so excited, but T. Higgins is going to be out. T. Higgins is out for the Cincinnati Bengals here. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals at their 30. Joe Burrow is under center, going left to right on your screen here. Long snap count here. It's going to be motion here. Gesicki's going to go to the top of the screen here. It's going to be play action, bootleg. It's going to be a drop off here. I believe that Sample fumbles and Kansas City gets it. I believe he is out of bounds. They're going to call Sample out of bounds. It's going to be a first down. First down Cincinnati, so a nice 12-yard gain early. Leo Chenal, who had a great game, forced the fumble. By the way, the Chiefs did recover, but the ball was out of bounds already. Good call by the refs there. Monroe got hurt at the very end. We will keep track on that. I have Pacheco, Kelsey, and Chase, all on my team. Andre, good luck, brother. They're actually going to call this 2nd and 2 at the 38 here. They're going to motion Irwin to the top of the formation here. Joe Burrow, play action pass here. Chris Jones chasing him. It's going to be Sample again at midfield. So back-to-back receptions for the backup tight end Cam Sample here as the Bengals get off to a nice start. 2 plays, 20 yards. Cam Sample, if you have him on your fantasy league, two receptions for 20 yards. So nice job by Cam Sample and Joe Burrow early on here. Yeah, Perry, I get it. I'm pretty high on the Bucs, man. So don't feel bad. That's not a bad loss here. Joe Burrow under center. He's going to hand it off to Zach Moss here. He's met in the backfield, and he's going to struggle. Fought really hard just to get back to the line of scrimmage. So Patricia Garrett says, "Go Chiefs." Love having Chiefs fans in the house. I got Keaton Talk Sports, a little KTS action. He is joining me Monday for some afternoon delight. What's up, Dan? Good luck to your Chiefs today. I'm sorry about the Patriots in overtime. We will talk about this. Perry, yeah, absolutely. We're going to talk about that in just a second here. It's 2nd and 9 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are going 4 wideouts here. They're going to motion Chase here. Joe Burrow in shotgun formation. Jamar Chase gets his first reception of the game. A nice little 5-yard reception here. It's going to make it 3rd and very manageable for the Kansas City Chiefs here, or for the Cincinnati Bengals. It's going to be 3rd and 4 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Of course, Kansas City Chiefs got George Karlaftis. Chris Jones may be the best defensive tackle in football. And they're going to go ahead. The Bengals are huddling up here at on the Chiefs' 46-yard line, so they are in enemy territory already here. Joe Burrow's in shotgun formation. Zach Moss is to his right here. They're going to motion Irwin to the top of the formation, making it trips to the top. Jamar Chase on the bottom here. The Chiefs fake blitz, but only bring 4. It's going to be deflected by Nick Bolton, who had an opportunity for an interception. It's going to force 4th down for the Cincinnati Bengals here. It's going to be 4th and 4, and the Bengals may get a little aggressive here. It looks like they are going to go for it. At least they're showing signs here. One thing early on about this is that the Chiefs got pressure with only 4. Nick Bolton faked the blitz. It was going to spy. 4th and 4, and the Bengals are going to go for it here. An aggressive move at the Kansas City Chiefs 44. Joe Burrow's in shotgun formation. Chase Brown enters the game here. They're going to motion Jamar Chase to the bottom of formation. Keep an eye out on him. He's got to be the number 1 target. They're going to run a play here. Joe Burrow back to pass. It's going to be caught by Mike Gesicki across his midfield. He's to the 10. He's to the 6-yard line. Mike Gesicki, former Penn State Nittany Lion, on his 3rd team, Big play Gazeki. Big play Gazeki. What they did is they had him flex out as a wide receiver here, little crossing route. Justin Reed, the safety who had coverage, actually just fell down. Mike Gazeki, I remember when he was at the combine, ran a 4.53 while he played at Penn State. He was one of Saquon Barkley's teammates. I didn't see that speed, but his 37-yard reception results in 1st and goal at the 6. I formation here. They're going to hand it off to Moss. He's going to cut to the right, and he's going to be tackled after a gain of 2. So it's going to be a 2nd and goal for the Cincinnati Bengals here at the Kansas City Chiefs 4-yard line here. Nice job opening drive. They go ahead. Zach Taylor goes aggressive, pays off for the Cincinnati Bengals here. It's now 2nd and goal from the Kansas City Chief 4-yard line here. The Bengals are huddling up here. They're going to go ahead and go to the line of scrimmage here. They're going to spread things out here. They got 3 receivers and a tight end. I believe that's actually Drew Sample. Correct. Drew Sample is going to line up as the running back. It's going to be a pass in the end zone and broken up. Trent McDuffie breaks up the pass here intended for Jamar Chase, trying to get a boatload of money. As you may know, Jamar Chase is in a contract dispute with the Cincinnati Bengals. Very nice play by Trent McDuffie here as he was isolated one-on-one in the end zone with Jamar Chase. So we're going to see a 2nd and 4 here for the Cincinnati Bengals here. Early on, we have a score update here. 14-0 Cardinals over Rams. So correction, it's going to be third and goal here for the Cincinnati Bengals here. Chase Brown's enters the game. Play clock goes down to 3-2. Joe Burrow, the Bengals are going to call a timeout as time almost expired here. So the first charge timeout by the Cincinnati Bengals here on 3rd and goal from the Kansas City Chief 4-yard line. This will be a 30-second timeout, so it won't be a commercial break here. Guys, there are some really big upsets today. Perry says reaches and projects, signs to me, injury players hoping they return to form, not putting fixes in the D-line in the draft. I agree. I was adamant that they should have drafted somebody to play in that defensive line. I was not happy with that because you got somebody in Aiden Hutchinson who's an all-world player. I mean, you got a cornerstone piece there. You need somebody to go ahead opposite him. You need somebody to be Robin to your Batman. So back to the game here. It's 3rd and goal here. Play clock is going under 10 here. They're in motion. Jamar Chase to the bottom of the formation here. 4 wide receivers. Chase Brown, the 3rd down backs into the game. Chiefs show blitz, come out. They only bring 4, but George Karlaftis almost gets the sack. Joe Burrow, while George Karlaftis' arms are around him, dragging him to the ground, throws the ball away in the back of the end zone. It looks like, remember, they went for it in 4th down earlier. It looks like the Bengals are going to go ahead and bring on the field goal unit here. I just want to emphasize, even though they're not in the same division, this is a rivalry. Joe Burrow's 3-1. Against the Kansas City Chiefs. He's done an excellent job. This is going to be a 22-yard field goal attempt for McPherson here. And the snap is down. The kick is up. The kick is good. So Cincinnati Bengals strike first blood with 10:41 left in the first quarter. It is Bengals 3, Kansas City Chiefs 0. And we're going to see Patrick Mahomes take the field after the commercial break. While they're on commercial break, I'm going to go ahead and read all your comments. Perry, I don't have a problem with the way Holmes used draft picks. Davis for a 3rd was a solid move, and you can't bank on a 4th rounder being St. Brown. That's kind of interesting that you guys have differences of opinion. I didn't like that they didn't address the D-line in the draft. I will say this, it's very funny. I've seen a lot of similarities between the way the Kansas City Chiefs are built. Of course, John Dorsey was the Chiefs GM when Andy Reid came to town in 2013, and the way they transformed that team is very similarly, including getting a player from Canada That was something that Kansas City did. Dr. Tardif, we used to call him LDT, ended up being a longtime starter on that offensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs. He was a Canadian player. His situation is a little unusual, but it's just something Dorsey's done before. And I know Dorsey's part of that staff. He's not the general manager, but when I look at the Detroit Lions, I see a lot of similarities between the Lions and the Chiefs. And that's a good thing because Chiefs ended up, after Dorsey arrived, it took 6 years, but you did get a Super Bowl in Kansas City for the first time in 50 years. So that's kind of the way I see things going for the Detroit Lions. Little love for Keaton, man. Little love for Keaton. Laporte is a second-year slump. Ben Johnson, I agree completely. This was a guy I really expected not to be involved in that sophomore slump, but he is, and they really need to get him involved. This is an all-world tight end type player that I was really expecting them to get a little more creative. I was a little disappointed just watching a little bit of the red zone that he wasn't getting involved. Of course, Jameson Williams, former first-round pick, is getting a little more involved. So, yeah, Burrow is coming out hot. Yes, he is. Nice job getting Mike Gesicki involved in this offense, because here's the deal: you got a legitimate all-world receiver in Jamar Chase. I thought the three keys to the game was somebody besides Jamar Chase needs to step up in this game, and it doesn't have to be a receiver. It could be Zach Moss, it could be Gesicki. That's important. Your offensive line has to do a good job. The kick is up for the kickoff here. The Chiefs are going to go ahead and down this in the end zone. They're going to get the ball on the 30-yard line here. So as Joe Burrow went downfield and got a field goal here, we're going to see what Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs offense are going to do. I think the keys for the Kansas City Chiefs in this game is obviously, number one thing, you got to protect 15, let's be honest. Number two, I'd like to see Travis Kelce get a little more involved early, take some pressure off these other guys here. So we're going to see old school I formation here for the Kansas City Chiefs, except Pacheco is all by himself. They're going to run the ball first play of the game. Pacheco goes around the right side, and he is stopped instantly. Jermaine Pratt, linebacker here. By the way, one thing about the Cincinnati Bengals, Jermaine Pratt and Logan Wilson, two of the best linebackers in all of football. Logan Wilson, really overlooked in a loss here, had 13 tackles, just playing phenomenal football. We're going to see this a lot here from the Kansas City Chiefs, two tight ends here. Patrick Mahomes is lining up in shotgun formation. Pacheco's to his right. They're going to motion the other tight end, Gray, and it's going to be handoff right off the middle here. But Isaiah Pacheco, big hole here, and he goes for a first down. Looks like it's a gain of 12. So Isaiah Pacheco wasn't used much against Baltimore, but first two plays of the game, it's Isaiah Pacheco right up the middle here. And the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line, just huge hole here. Creed Humphrey got on the second level. And by the way, if Creed Humphrey just signed a massive contract this offseason, became the NFL's highest paid center, looks like he deserved it there. They're a motion Pacheco to the bottom formation. It's going to be a blitz. It's going to be a check down to Pacheco. Pacheco's going to go out of bounds after a gain of 4. And what they did is the Bengals brought in a corner blitz. By the way, this is not something the Lou Anarumo defense does. They don't do a lot of blitzing. I felt that the key for the Bengals is my 3 keys to the Bengals was somebody has to play Robin to Jamar Chase's Batman. That defensive line, they don't blitz here. Their 4 has to beat Kansas City's 5. And the fifth thing is that back to pass here, it's going to be I'm going to get back to my points of the game here soon. Rashid Rice gets a little slip screen pass, goes forward, gets a first down, and gets a gain of 9. So the Chiefs are now already in Bengals territory here. Rashid Rice had a huge game against the Baltimore Ravens on Monday night. So they're already at the Bengals 44-yard line. And I felt the Bengals our third goal was their offensive line, which struggled a little bit. They're going to motion Xavier Worthy. Patrick Mahomes wants to go deep here. He's going to scramble here. He's going to pump. He's going to go to the 40. He's heading to out of bounds at the 35-yard line. He's going to run for 9. And nice run by Patrick Mahomes. So first down carry of 9 yards for Patrick Mahomes. By the way, a little update for you fantasy football fans. Marvin Harrison Jr., 4 receptions, 131 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Nice job early by Marvin Harrison Jr., who only had 1 reception for 4 yards earlier. Nice job by Patrick Mahomes running for 9 yards here. They're taking a look at it because Patrick Mahomes extended the ball, but he is short of the first down. 2nd and 1 here. Carson Steele's going to enter the game here. He's going to take the handoff right up the middle. He's going to hurdle, and he's still going. He's going to go ahead and hurdle somebody on the ground here, keeps powering forward, gets a gain of 10. So it's a Kansas City Chiefs first down as they just march right down the field. Carson Steele, undrafted rookie free agent, earned a spot thanks to runs like this. Didn't want to go down as he corkscrewed himself for a gain of 10. Chiefs get a nice 1-2 punch early on. Kansas City Chiefs 1st and 10 at the 26. It's going to be back to Isaiah Pacheco just right up the middle here. Gets a nice gain of 6 as early on the Chiefs offensive line is doing an excellent job. Mahomes has plenty of time, and the Chiefs are able to run the ball at will against the Cincinnati Bengals defense. 2nd and 4 here for the Kansas City Chiefs as we go under 7 minutes in the first half here. It's going to be Patrick Mahomes under center. They're going to motion Worthy, but Isaiah Pacheco right up the middle gets a first down, gets a gain of 8 as he's down to the 12-yard line, just right outside of goal-to-go territory for the Kansas City Chiefs here. So we go under. There's some goofiness with the time clock here on the TV, but looks like they got it right here. It's under 6:20 in the first quarter here as the clock on the TV has gone from 6 to 8 to 4 to 2, back now to 6 here. Patrick Mahomes is under center here. It's going to be 2 tight ends here. They're going to go ahead and slip screen it to Justin Watson here. Nice play on first down, gets a 7-yard gain here as the Kansas City Chiefs are already to the 5-yard line. They are just moving the ball up and down the field on this Bengals defense, a defense that's done traditionally a good job against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are using a lot of 12 personnel. For those of you who don't know it, 12 personnel just means 2 tight ends, 13 personnel, 3 tight ends. 2nd and 4 here, Mahomes in shotgun formation. They're going to motion Kelsey to the top of the formation here. Isaiah Pacheco's Patrick Mahomes right. Play action pass to Pacheco, and it's deflected at the line of scrimmage as Patrick Mahomes was attempting to force the ball into Taylor Swift's boyfriend. It's going to be 3rd and 4 here. 5:28 left in the first quarter. Key 3rd down here. Now the Chiefs are obviously in field goal range. And I thought this was deflected the way the ball went straight into the ground. Turns out to be it just slipped out of Mahomes' hands. A rare mistake by the great one. 3rd and 4 here. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation. Pacheco to his left here. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle. Pacheco powers forward for a first down. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 2-yard line for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs spread everybody out. You got Patrick Mahomes, and what do you do on 3rd down? You run the ball. You run the ball. They're actually going to mark it at the 3-yard line here, and it looks like they're going to take a look at this because I thought he was at the 2, but they're going to look at this. They're trying to say that he was short, but he very clearly is past the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs aren't going to challenge it. They're going to just say it's 4th and 1. This could be a challenge. They're not going to, but instead they're just running right up the middle with Carson Steele. Very nice old school T-style formation. Then they moved Travis Kelce, was lined up in the backfield directly under Mahomes to the left. Carson Steele, nice little misdirection. Bad job by the refs here with a bad spot. Doesn't matter. The Chiefs go ahead and convert the 4th down conversion, and it's going to be 1st and goal at about the 2-yard line, which the ball should have been in first place, but Carson Steele powers forward on 4th down. It's going to be 1st and goal here. No, a crazy pistol T formation here. It's going to be Isaiah Pacheco just up the middle here. He is going to get a gain of about a half a yard. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from about just inside the 2-yard line here. What they did in this formation, I called it a crazy T pistol. What it is that Noah Gray was directly to Patrick Mahomes' left. Directly to Noah Gray's left was Travis Kelce, and then behind him was Isaiah Pacheco. So here they go. Shotgun formation here. Isaiah Pacheco to his right. Throw motion Sky Moore to the bottom of the formation. Another handoff right up the middle, and the Bengals are prepared as Isaiah Pacheco gets nothing. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line as we go under 3:30 in the first quarter. If you're just tuning into the game here, Bengals got the ball first, went right down the field, kicked a field goal, and the Kansas City Chiefs' first possession. They are now inside the 2-yard line, but it's 3rd down here. So as it's 3rd and goal from the Cincinnati Bengals 2-yard line here, Patrick Mahomes enters the game. Shotgun formation, Isaiah Pacheco to his left, motion Sky Moore to the bottom of formation. Sky Moore's going to motion to the top here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here, surveying around, moves around. He's going to dump it off to Pacheco on the side here. He's going to power forward to the 1-yard lines, but it is 4th down here. We're going to see very interesting situation because it's 4th down from the 1. Is Kansas City Chiefs going to be aggressive and go for it? The fans obviously want to go for it, but we're looking at Harrison Butker. It looks like the Kansas City Chiefs are just going to take the chip shot field goal. This is going to be a very easy field goal for Harrison Butker. A lot of Chiefs fans are wanting the Chiefs to go for it. It is on the 1-yard line. This is going to be a 19-yard field goal. This is actually less than an extra point. The kick is up and the kick is good. So with 2:11 left in the first quarter, we are tied up at 3 apiece here at Geisha Field at Arrowhead. They're going to take a commercial break. While they're on commercial break, I'm going to go ahead and read all your comments, plus take a drink of an energy drink. I don't know why. I really don't need it, but I'm going to have one anyway. I'm actually, this is one I popped from earlier, but. Trust me when I say this, I really, really don't need an energy drink. Trust me when I say this. Keaton Talk Sports, who's going to join me on Monday, is going to say, how about those Saints dominating Dallas? My goodness. Yeah. I definitely think we should talk about that Monday. For those of you who don't know, Keaton Talk Sports has a fantastic YouTube channel. He's did a guest spot on my show last week, Afternoon Delight. Keaton Talk Sports is joining Afternoon Delight tomorrow. So you want to tune in to get a little Afternoon Delight. We're going to talk a little football, and Keaton Talk Sports is going to be involved. He's going to join in the show, and he's going to look, Keaton, I think we should talk about the Saints in Dallas. There's a lot of storylines there. Perry, the D-line played well. Upset that this loss is on Goff and the offensive coach in Campbell. A lot of you remember that Ben Johnson was the hottest name in the NFL, this offseason. I mean, he interviewed with every NFL team that needed a head coach, and he passed. And as of 2 weeks, I mean, it doesn't look like he made the right move, but that offense has to get things turned around in Detroit fast. Keaton Talk Sports. We're gonna talk to Keaton Talk Sports on Monday. I apologize. All right, sorry about that. I'm having some technical difficulties. I just lost internet connection here. I'm not really sure why. There we go. So I apologize, folks. I have Cox Communication, and they are terrible. Their internet connection is not good. So bear with. So I apologize for that. I apologize for that there. The Bengals went ahead and received the kickoff, and they returned it out, it looks like, to the 31-yard line as we return back to the game. I apologize for everybody as I was having the internet issues. We returned back the game. Actually, correction, they returned it to the 24-yard line here. So the Bengals 1st and 10 and it's a false start here by a Trent Brown, free agent acquisition. He's starting at right tackle today. So false start by Trent Brown's going to be 1st and 15 from the Bengals' own 19-yard line, putting themselves in a hole after they decide to run the kickoff back. And I understand the first drive, even though the Bengals did move down the field, the Chiefs did not do any blitzing, and they were able to put pressure on Goff. So that I get that. But the Bengals got to make some adjustments fast here. They're going to motion Chase to the top of the formation. Trips to the top of the formation. Burrow's in shotgun formation here. I believe that's Chase Young to Burrow's right. Correction, Zach Moss here. And they try to get it to Isaiah. I'm going to butcher this name. Ignavaglis. Second-year player. 6th-round draft pick out of Penn. I didn't say Penn State. I said Penn, the Ivy League school. Really talented player. And quick update here. Pittsburgh strikes first here, gets up 7-0 against the Denver Broncos here. So 2nd and 15 for Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals here. Burrow's in shotgun formation. Zach Moss is going to take the handoff here. He's going to go around the right side. George Karlaftis, Drew Tranquil, and the Kansas City Chiefs wrap him up quickly, but he does get a nice gain here. It looks like he gets a gain of 5 as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. They're going to call it 3rd and 9. Very key 3rd down here for the Cincinnati Bengals. The one thing I want to say is that it's very obvious that the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line looks like they're struggling against the Kansas City Chiefs defensive line. The Chiefs are not blitzing and are able to put pressure. They're going to move Chris Jones here to defensive end here, go one-on-one against Trent Brown. 3rd and 9 here. Burrow back to pass here. He's got 2 people protecting him. He's pressured. He's going to run, but Mike Dana tackles him as he corkscrews his way down. After a gain of 2, it's going to be 4th and 7 here. And the Chiefs are not blitzing at all, but the Chiefs front 4, even though what they did is very creative here, they showed a 6-man front. Correction, they did blitz, and they did get some pressure here. They are bracketing Jamar Chase. There's 2 guys all over Jamar Chase, and great job by the Chiefs defense early on. So after a 3 and out here, the Bengals are going to go ahead and punt. It's a very nice punt here. It's going to be moving forward here. It's going to be McCole Hardman, and he's going to be tackled after a short gain. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at their own 29-yard line. 28 seconds left in the first quarter. In this, what looks like it's going to be a really, really, really good game. They're going to go to a commercial break. This time, hopefully I won't have some internet issues. I can read all these comments. The defense actually played solid all around. The rookie Arnold, probably the worst day, but that's expected. The one thing you have to understand about Arnold is that when he arrived at Alabama, he was the best defensive player in the country, but he was the best safety. He's just learning that corner position, so expect some growing pains. But I remember the first time I watched them live. He's a lot bigger than I was expecting. He's much, much, much bigger than I was expecting. So keep in mind, you're going to have some growing pains. This is a dude who's just got size, speed, crazy athleticism, but he's just learning how to play corner. I mean, I be patient with the kid. He's got all the tools in the world. Worst case scenario, you could always move him back to free safety and you'll be just fine, but expect a little bit of issues. and you'll be just fine. But yeah, you'll have some growing pains. I'm not exactly sure who they play next. They play in Arizona. That could be a fun game. Yeah, I agree completely, Perry. Andre says, Dan, stat check. Marvin Harrison Jr. has 2 touchdowns in this game against the Rams. Yes. Marvin Harrison Jr. should have been more involved in week 1, but yes. Denver Gator! What's up, nerds? Already got some crazy games under our belts. Hopefully, got some more to finish off in week 2. And Denver Gator, I know you are paying attention. I'm going to keep you updated as the scores occur here. I'm going to read all the comments, and then after I get the comments caught up, I'll give you updates on all the games today. But we did just have a Steelers touchdown not too long ago. Sam Darnold play well. I've been expecting that. I've been expecting Sam Darnold to play well. I'm expecting Sam Darnold to play well. I did not expect Minnesota to beat San Francisco, but Sam Darnold playing well. Yeah, I know Justin Jefferson I was watching the red zone, and all I know is that the 49ers had the ball inside the 5. Next thing I know, Justin Jefferson scoring from 97 yards away. Don't exactly know what happened. We return back to the game. We have our first Taylor Swift sighting for you Swifties. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at the Bengals. 87. Both tight ends are going to go behind next to Patrick Mahomes in diamond formation. Going to be a play action pass. Mahomes wants to go deep. He's going to fire. Intercepted. Jermaine Pratt. No correction. Correction. It's not Jermaine Pratt. It is what was it? Gaither. It's got that hyphenated last name. I forgot what the hyphenated was. This was a really bad interception by Patrick Mahomes. What he did is I call it a diamond formation. You have tight ends lined up as running backs each side. You had Isaiah Pacheco, and they were trying to force feed Travis Kelce, and he was bracketed. And very nice job. You know what? It's a nice job, Davis Gaither, by the way. I apologize. By the way, this is a terrible interception. What Patrick Mahomes was trying to do is he stared down Kelce. This is a terrible interception. 1st and 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals at the Kansas City Chiefs 31-yard line. 19 seconds left in the first quarter. They're in motion Jamar Chase in the backfield here. They're going to play action pass here. Chris Jones coming in. He gets it off to this is actually, is it Jermaine Burton? That's number 83. Jermaine Burton is the 3rd-year player. I thought Jermaine Burton was number 81. And they're going to let the time. Actually, this is all junior, the number 3 tight end, as he gets a nice reception here. At the end of the first quarter, we're tied up at 3, but Cincinnati's getting ready to strike after the terrible Mahomes interception. They're going to go on a commercial break. I'm going to read more of these. Hey, little love here to Denver Gator and to Perry. Our defense played well. Hutchinson had 4.5 sacks. Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, Slasher, welcome. Big game Monday night. Can't wait for Monday night. Quinion Mitchell better than Teron Arnold. I had Quinion Mitchell as my number 1 guy. I really did. I just fell in love with him. To be honest with you, what really cemented it was the combine. Then you go back and you watch the Senior Bowl, and then you watch the clips and how dominant he was at Toledo. He had an up and down first game as well. Let's see how he does week 2, but he's just having some fun. I guess Harrison Jr. thought, I know early on it's fun. 5 sacks, a pick, forced 5 punts, only get ooh. I think Arnold will bounce back realistically. Funk, just some rookie growing pains. There should be a lot more growing pains from Arnold than you'll see from Mitchell, even though Arnold played in the SEC and Mitchell played in the MAC. You're going to see some growing pains. He's just learning to play the position. But as the season goes on, he'll get better and better. Quinion Mitchell, I think, could be – he had an up and down game 1, but I think he's going to be really, really, really good. Goff really lost that game for you guys. Also, I don't know if it's him or Ben Johnson, but they need to get Laporta more involved in the game plan. He can exploit a lot of coverages. That's another thing I agree with, is that you really want to get Laporta much more involved. I'm a big Laporta fan. And, they need to get him more involved. I, by the way, only saw bits and clips of the red zone. I'm going to watch the whole game. I'm going to try to watch the whole game later, either tonight or tomorrow after afternoon delight, and try to get a little more information for you as to what I think's going on. But yeah. I'm talking about Pascal Martin, the left tackle from Canada, Levi O, all missed games on picks, but Holmes take too many risk on projects, and the third round pick should be a starter. That's an ideal situation. Slashy wasn't even that bad. The PI was questionable. We return back to the game here. It's going to be 2nd and 1. And Joe Burrow is going to do a little quarterback sneak, get the first down as the Cincinnati Bengals invade the red zone. They're on the Kansas City Chiefs 20-yard line as we start the second quarter here. It looks like we got another fun one here between the Bengals and the Chiefs. If you're tuning in late, both teams took the opening drive, went right down the field. The second time, the Bengals had 3 and out. The Chiefs first or actually second play, once they got the ball back, Patrick Mahomes threw a terrible interception. They're not going to bench him, but he played. That was a terrible pick. Actually, it's at the 21, but it is 1st and 10 here. Chase Brown enters the game here. It's going to be a handoff to Chase Brown just right up the middle, gashes the Chiefs secondary, gets a nice gain of 8. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 2 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Nice job by the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line as Chase Brown just shot through the middle of the field here. He's going to go ahead and go off here. It looks like they're going to go the Bengals are going to do a little too tight end formation on themselves here. Justin Reed's getting wrapped up on the sideline, Chiefs starting safety here. Actually, they're going to call it 2nd and 3. They're going to mark it back at the 14. Looked like it was at 13. Old school I formation here. Zach Moss is in the backfield here. He's going to get the handoff. He gets the first down here, powers forward to the 9. Gets a really nice gain, 4 yards here for Zach Moss, free agent acquisition. This was the guy I really liked originally, a 4th round draft pick. For the Buffalo Bills, traded him to Indianapolis. Indianapolis let him go in free agency. Had a nice year last year for the Indianapolis Colts. Really liked him at Utah. Classic 3-down back. Doesn't have a lot of speed, but he can do a little bit of everything. Bigger back that I like too. So it's going to be 1st and goal here for the Cincinnati Bengals at the Kansas City 9. Joe Burrow takes the shotgun snap here. It's quick play to Irving here. Gets down to the 4-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. I really like this play here. What they do is they show some motion. Burrow just basically catch and throw. And what they had was Jamar Chase is lined up as a running back. Originally, what they did is that Chase was a decoy. They put him out to the flat, drew some attention, and then just right underneath. Very nice play design to get 5 yards. 2nd goal from the 5-yard line here. Zach Brown's going lined up. Joe Burrow's under center here. It's going to be Zach Moss here. Chase Brown. Play action pass here. Burrow scrambling around, being chased by Chris Jones. He's going to throw the ball out of the end zone here. It's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line here. It's 12:09 left in the second quarter, tied up at 3. And Justin Watson 1-on-1 against Jermaine Bertram, 3rd-round pick out of Alabama here. Looks like they're trying to get him in back of the end zone. Great job by the Kansas City Chiefs, just blanketing everything while they're putting pressure on Joe Burrow. 3rd and goal here. Burrow in shotgun formation, Zach Moss to his right. 2 receivers to the top, 2 receivers to the bottom. Here, Jamar Chase is in the slot. Here, Joe Burrow looks at Jamar Chase, and it's caught. They're looking at it here. It's Azaflis here, the second-year player I mentioned earlier. It's a touchdown. Cincinnati Bengals score. They're going to take another look at this. Nice out route here. Nice throw by Joe Burrow. Very nice out route. I'm butchering the name. I am so sorry. They're going to take a look at this, but that's a catch. Very nice. He dragged his toes, got inbounds. He has possession. He has both feet inbounds. They are going to take a look at this. It looks like you could argue that his right foot didn't touch ground. And they're going to take a look. I think it's going to stand, folks. It's very questionable, but it looks like it's a touchdown. It looks like an excellent, excellent reception. They are not going to look at it anymore. I thought they might, but Bengals 9, Chiefs 3. They're lining up for the extra point here. The extra point is up. The extra point is good. And listen, Bengals strike first here. Capitalize off the Mahomes interception. Earlier, I said this. I said that Lou Anarumo plays Patrick Mahomes well. This isn't a Lou Anarumo issue. This was just Patrick Mahomes making a terrible, terrible throwing into basically what looked like triple coverage. Listen, Patrick Mahomes, let's be honest, he's the best player in the NFL. He's the best quarterback in the NFL. 2 games, 2 really bad interceptions. So maybe Patrick Mahomes needs to focus a little more on not turning the ball over. I mean, you have a really good defense, but hey, look, it's early in the second quarter. So Bengals 10, Chiefs 3, commercial break. We're going to go ahead and check this out here. I'm not sure if I read this or not. Slasher, he wasn't that bad. The PI was questionable. He got caught up in the zone. Defensive look where that ran him off, but other than that, he was fine. Little love here. Levi had a good game, and Pascal made a few plays in limited snaps. Both those things are good. Both those things are good. I didn't know Aiden Hutchinson had 4.5 sacks. That's always great. That's always great. Don't listen, Bengals or Lions fans. Look, you went 1-1 to start the season. You went 1-1 last year. And you lost against a team I think is a lot better than a lot of people think. This Bengals team's a good, or the Bucs team's a good team. Second round picks need more impact. At Funk, if we lose the next games or 1-4, who do you blame? Oh God, Pacheco's point. Yeah. Can't believe the Packers won with Willis. Willis apparently didn't play that bad. I was critical about Anthony Richardson. Last I saw, he was around 50%. I know Jonathan Taylor was having a good game. I know Josh Jacobs was having a good game as well. So, Josh, I didn't know he had 150. That's a really good game. The Colts defense, especially the run defense, if you're whoever the Colts are playing, you fantasy football wise, you may want to take that running back. I agree. I mean, we're going to talk about that Monday. It's not so much the Saints winning, but how they did it and how bad it was. Willis, 12 off 14, 122, 1 touchdown, 41 yards running the ball. Listen, if Willis can sneak in a win or two while Love is recovering, that's a good thing. I blame Goff most of all. People saying Ben Johnson already is ridiculous. Not his fault. Goff skipping. Oh boy. Sorry for the yeah. Chiefs are going down the ball in the end zone here, so it's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line here as we get back to play here. Yeah. Like for me, I don't have to turn. I never like. Trying to get through all the comments here, and I apologize for the. Oh my God, Cards 21, Rams 3, Jesus. All right, 1st and 10 here for the Kansas City Chiefs. Here it's going to be a play action pass. They're going to get Xavier Worthy, the 1st-round pick out of Texas. The ball. He's going to get a gain of 5. That 4.21 speed is legitimate. It is crazy fast the way he can move. They're going to give him 6 here. It's going to be a reception, but the way they used him, it's more basically like a run. It's going to be 2nd and 4 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. It's going to be Rice and Worthy to the right. Pacheco is going to be to Patrick Mahomes left. They're going to motion Worthy to the top of the formation, making it trips, and then Rashee Rice to the bottom. It's going to be a handoff to Isaiah Pacheco. He's going to power forward. He's still going, gets a gain of 9 here. and a Kansas City Chiefs first down here. Isaiah Pacheco's having a game, 8 carries, 40 yards already. He is running very angry, and it looks like the Chiefs' plan is to get Isaiah Pacheco involved and involved often. One thing about the Kansas City Chiefs offense, the offensive line is doing an excellent job. The only reason the Bengals have a 10-3 lead is thanks to a very terrible Mahomes play here. They're going to do a little misdirection. Xavier Worthy is going to get in the open field here. He's going to spin move, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 50-yard line here. So it's going to be 2nd and 5 here as the Chiefs decide on this drive to get Xavier Worthy, the rookie out of Texas, who broke the 40 record at the NFL Combine running a 4.21. And you can see the speed as every time he gets the ball in his hands, you just want to hold your breath. It's going to be 2nd and 6 here as the Chiefs bring in 13 personnel. Jared Wiley, 4th-round pick out TCU, is going to get his first snap of the game here. Patrick Mahomes is going to go back to pass here. It's going to be a check down to Pacheco. Pacheco is going to be stopped immediately. Davis Gaither, the person who got the interception, forces Pacheco out after a gain of 1, so it's going to be 3rd down. Roughly at midfield, it's going to be at the Bengals 49-yard line. They're going to call it 3rd and 5. Looks closer to 3rd and 4 to me. But it's 3rd and manageable here. Patrick Mahomes going to need to make a play here. Great job by the Bengals defense. It's at the Bengals 49-yard line. It's closer to 3rd and 4. They're calling it 5. They're in a motion gray here. Samurai P. Ryan's going to get his first action here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. He's pressured. He's going to scramble. He's going to pump, and he's going to stretch forward. Logan Wilson stops him, and they're going to mark Patrick Mahomes right at the yard marker. I can't tell if they're going to give him the first down or not here. Great job by Logan Wilson running Patrick Mahomes down. Logan Wilson had a great game last week. Of course, in a loss, it wasn't really mentioned, but he did stop Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes goes airborne, does full extension to get that first down. So Patrick Mahomes making it work with his legs. It's going to be first down for the Kansas City Chiefs at the Bengals 44-yard line here. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. He's going to fire deep. He wants Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Kansas City! Touchdown, Rashee Rice! Patrick Mahomes. Just to be clear, I never said bench Patrick Mahomes, but I was mad. Touchdown, Kansas City! 10-9. Folks, we got a ball game here. We got a ball game. Patrick Mahomes strikes back. 10-9, 8:50 left in the second quarter. This is just one-on-one, basically a little stutter and go. Beautiful throw by the best quarterback in the NFL. Rashee Rice does a little dance in the end zone. Dance is okay. Harrison Butker is going to line up for the extra point here. The extra point's up, and it is good. Folks, we are tied at 10, 8:50 left in the second quarter. Folks, another classic Bengals-Chiefs game. This is going to be a fun one, folks. Stay tuned. Another Taylor Swift sighting. I know Perry's excited. Over under the New York Giants getting the first overall pick. I think it's very likely. I really do. And I mean, we got long ways to go here. Quinn Ewers, who I was listening to Around the Sticks podcast, and Quinn Ewers, they're talking about Quinn Ewers having the potential to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft. He went down with an oblique strain. Arch Manning, his backup, comes in. Never has a college football backup quarterback gotten more attention than Arch Manning. He comes in, just plays lights out. Folks, Texas is for real. Texas is for real. But over under, God, I'm going to tell you something. Even if they don't get the number 1 overall pick, it wouldn't surprise me if they put themselves in a position to trade up to get it. So Fields is playing for the Steelers. I guess Russell Wilson. No, so Fields has been named the starter. Russell Wilson has a calf injury, but is still the starter as of right now. In my personal opinion, if Justin Fields has a great game, then you'll go ahead and you will remove him. But yeah, if I am Wilson, I'm going to, I would too. AR-15, yeah, I've been telling people I didn't really, all right, I apologize for the technical difficulties. I really was expecting that to be the only one. So I'm very, very, very sorry about this. I'll see what I can do going forward without rebooting my router. I'm stuck for today. Hopefully that's the last interruption. I am so sorry about that. We're back to the game here. It's tied up at 10. Harrison Butker is going to kick the balls into the end zone here. So with 8:50 left in the second quarter of the game here, we have Kansas City 10, Cincinnati 10. Joe Burrow and company is going to get the ball back. Kamara had 44 points in fantasy. Jay Cruzen 71. No, listen, everybody. No, you say whatever you want, man. You can absolutely 100%. Say this. I want you to bring up everything and anything. That's one thing about this show. All questions are answered. Anything goes. Jay Cruzen 71. Great comment here. I blame Vegas guys. Hey, Dan, my bad. Just want people to know the truth. No, you're right. No, bring it up. Absolutely. You're 100% into good. Jay Cruzen, I want to hear from you. Joe Burrow back to pass here. Shotgun formation here. He's going to throw it out to Cam Sample, who they're using a little more than they did last week. Has a very nice 8-yard receptions here on a nice out route. It's going to be second and short here for the Cincinnati Bengals here. Drew Sample, I said Cam Sample. Drew Sample, 3 receptions, 28 yards early on. Joe Burrow, 8 out of 13, 89 yards and a touchdown. So no interceptions, but a very nice job by Joe Burrow so far, even though he's not getting the protection that Patrick Mahomes has. Second and 2 for the Bengals here. Joe Burrow's under center here. Zach Moss is directly behind him here. They got 2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver lined up as a tight end. They're just going to go to the right side on the ground here. It's going to be a short game, but it's enough for a first down here as Zach Moss gets a very nice 2-yard run, but it's more than enough for the first down. You bring this up anytime you want, brother. Kamara, 115 yards, 3 touchdowns. In this new offense, I thought he would be a lot more effective. I had no idea Saints offense was going to be this good. 11 out of 16, 243, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Do you think Washington picks top 10? It's too early to tell, and the Bengals are going to call a timeout here. This is going to be a quick 30-second timeout here. So the Bengals only have 1 timeout, 7:33 left in the first half here. We are tied at 10. This could come back and bite the Bengals later on, but I really not exactly sure why they called timeout. Just looks like they weren't all on the same page here. I really don't think so. I mean, there was talk about, I am so sorry about that. I'm not really sure what to do. Arch Manning, I don't think so. There's talk about Quinn Ewers being the number 1 overall pick. It's a minor injury. So I don't think so, but Arch Manning is showing why he is the future. And by the way, they got NFL receivers running. That team in Texas is loaded. We are back to play here. First and 10 for Cincinnati Bengals at their own 40-yard line. 7:33 left in the second. Burrow shotgun formation. Chase is going to motion to the bottom formation. Burrow wants to go downfield. Caught downfield. It's all Junior again. Nice job. It looks like it's a 20-yard reception on the deep crossing route. Excellent job by the Cincinnati Bengals offense. And what they're doing is they're lining Jamar Chase everywhere. And to be honest with you, there was a lot of room for Chase if they wanted to dump it off, but instead they go downfield for a nice 20-yard completion. Great job by Joe Burrow. Great job by this Bengals offense here. As the Bengals are utilizing their tight ends a lot of ways I thought that Kansas City would. Tight ends right now, 6 catches, 93 yards for the game here. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs bring a safety blitz. They just dump it right off to Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase breaks an arm tackle, powers forward for a gain of 14 and a Cincinnati Bengals first down. And Jamar Chase doing a little trash talking here. It was a great play because Jamar Chase, it was only a 5-yard reception, but you get the ball into his hands, he turns into a running back. He was stopped originally right at the first down marker. Big, powerful dude got an additional 5 yards for a 15-yard completion here. Jamar Chase, 2 receptions, 18 yards as he's going to get a breather on the side here. Jamar Chase, excellent job in that final play. He's going to take a breather here. Play clock's going to go under 3 here. Joe Burrow's going to take a shotgun snap, hand off to Zach Moss. He's going to be stopped by Wharton right at the line of scrimmage. Corkscrews himself away for a gain of 1. So it's going to be 2nd and 9 here for the Cincinnati Bengals. They're going to call it 2nd and 8. Bengals are within field goal range. The number one thing you want to do here is not do what the Kansas City Chiefs did on the previous possession and turn the ball over. What you want to do here, if you're the Cincinnati Bengals, is ensure that you're getting 3, but put yourself in a position to get 7 because, you can't kick field goals and beat the Kansas City Chiefs. 2nd and 8 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Burrow's changing the play here. He's got Chase Brown to his left, 2 receivers to the top and a tight end. I believe it's Chase at the bottom here. And Chase is going to get tangled up with Trent McDuffie, but they're going to throw a flag as both players went to the ground. This is going to be pass interference here, and this is going to be an automatic first down for the Cincinnati Bengals. As honestly, it looks like Trent McDuffie and Jamar Chase got tangled up together. Trent McDuffie's pleading his case to the referees, but it's not going to matter here. These two are hand fighting. That's going to be called every time. So what happened is, even though they got tangled up, when Jamar Chase went down, Trent McDuffie's left arm was pulling on Jamar Chase. It looks like it was incidental contact, but when a receiver goes down and you're holding on to him, it's going to be called every single time in the NFL. So first and goal, so they're going to call it 1st and 10 at the 12 here. Zach Moss enters the game, trips to the top here. I believe it's Chase at the bottom. They're going to throw a fade route. Actually, correction. It wasn't Jamar Chase as a tight end, Mike Gesicki to the bottom. The former Penn State Nittany Lion, 6'6", played high school volleyball, has an excellent leaping ability. So they put the 6'6" tight end, played a little jump ball action. The ball was just a little underthrown, but I kind of like that play for the Cincinnati Bengals. Take 6'6" tight end with some leaping ability, put him a little one-on-one, throw the ball up. 2nd and 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals at the 12-yard line here. They're motion Chase in the backfield here next to Chase Brown. So Jamar Chase Brown. Joe Burrow back to pass. He's pressured here. He gets out of pocket. He's going to scramble around. Tries to force it, but Jalen Watson is there. He's trying to hit Irvin in the back of the end zone here. 3rd and 10 here, 5:07 left in the second quarter here. Joe Burrow not getting near the protection Patrick Mahomes is, but did a great job scrambling. Hindsight, maybe he should have ran, just got a couple of yards, but he tried to fire the ball in the back of the end zone, incomplete here. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 here. Very key 3rd down here. The Bengals don't have to score a touchdown. They can get a first down at the 2-yard line. It's going to be trips to the top, Chase to the bottom here. Joe Burrow back to pass here. He's going to scramble, and he's going to go and down. He's sacked. George Karlaftis gets his first sack of the year. Chris Jones was also there. So it's going to be 4th and about 13. Bengals are going to go ahead and kick a field goal and attempt to take the lead here late in the second quarter. This is just George Karlaftis one-on-one against Trent Brown. Trent Brown was on the injury report. Early on, what they wanted to do was move Trent Brown inside to play guard because Amarius Mims, their first-round pick, was very impressive. He's out for the first 2 weeks of the season. We'll see what happens with the Bengals offensive line when he returns probably next week. The Bengals are going to try for the 33-yard field goal to kick us up and good with 4:19 left in the second quarter. Bengals 13, Chiefs 10. Rhinos Roundtable, how are you doing, man? Hey, Chad. Hey, Dan. Man, I'm sorry about your Colts, brother. That run defense needs to get fixed immediately. All right, sorry about that. I don't know why I'm drinking an energy drink. Trust me, I don't need it. Trust me, I don't need the energy drink. I'm drinking one anyway. I do have some bottled water. Want to make sure I don't drink too much, but anyway. Yeah, I don't know the exact numbers on Jonathan Taylor. I saw early in the first half he was doing pretty well. For those of you who don't know, I have a huge man crush on Jonathan Taylor. I absolutely loved him at Wisconsin. And I said, yeah, if he cracks 4.55, he's going in the first round, runs a 4.38, Big Ten sprinting champion despite weighing 230. And somehow the Colts get him in the second round, got that big contract, and yeah. But yeah, Richardson is not playing well at all. Richardson is not playing well at all. He's got to do a little better. Hutch was a beast today. Yeah, I didn't know he had 4.5 sacks. Didn't know he had 4.5 sacks. Hutchinson, just phenomenal game. Let's see what going forward. We're gonna have to see what the Lions do. Listen, don't go into panic mode. You played against 2 playoff teams from last year. I've been telling people that the Bucs are a much better team than people think. By the way, just for the record, you lost week 2 to an NFC team last year, and things worked out fine. Things worked out just fine. So, you were 1-1 last year. You're 1-1 this year. You're going to be fine. A lot of people hating that offense. Jay cruising 7-1. Thank you, Dan. Hope your Chiefs do godly one. I hope so too, brother. I hope so too. You by the way, you were one. By the way, that comment's A+. I want you to bring that stuff. We'll always want you to bring that stuff. Back to the game here. The Bengals are going to kick. Chiefs are going to down the ball. They're going to be 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. 4:19 left in the first half here. Bengals up 13-10. Looks like BJ Hill is going into the locker room. He is questionable. They're already without Miles Murphy. Second round pick Chris Jenkins isn't playing. You got some deficiencies in that defensive line, which is showing up here. The Kansas City Chiefs offensive line is playing well. First play is going to be Isaiah Pacheco running very angrily. He gets a 9-yard gain. And by the way, a huge hold opened up. Now, keep in mind, give Pacheco a little bit of credit. They're going to call it a gain of 8, not 9. So far, Isaiah Pacheco, 9 carries, 47 yards. Chiefs just kind of not really rushing here. Patrick Mahomes is going to go under center here. 13 personnel as all 3 tight ends are in the game. That includes Jared Wiley, 4th-round pick out TCU. It's going to be Pacheco right up the middle. He gets enough for a first down, gets a gain of 3 as he squirts out to the 41-yard line here. First down for Kansas City here, and they're going to give Pacheco a rest. And it looks like what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing early on is they're just really taking advantage of this banged up defensive line. Another thing about this defensive line is that both defensive ends are really good. They're smaller defensive ends. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes under center here. It's going to be play action pass here. Mahomes wants to go deep. He's going to fire the ball downfield here. He was trying to hit Rashid Rice. Cam Taylor-Britt is on the coverage here. Of course, Rashid Rice wants a flag. There was some contact, but there's not going to be a flag there, as it looks like on the instant replay that Taylor-Britt was there early. I've seen this called before, but I've also seen it not called. Patrick Mahomes wants a flag, obviously. So 2nd and 10 here. There's 3:05 left in the first half here. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation. Carson Steele enters the game to Patrick Mahomes' right. He's going to take the handoff right up the middle here. And he fumbles the ball. It's a fumble. The Bengals are indicating it's their ball. I believe it is Bengals' ball. And the Bengals did recover this. Carson Steele on the fumble. The Bengals recover. 2:57 left in the first half. The Bengals are up by 3 with the ball. We're going to take a commercial break here. 1st and 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals. 2:57 left in the first half as we go to a quick commercial break here. This was just stripped. Right. I can't tell who was the player that got the strip. I thought Jenkins. Is that Chris Jenkins? Because I thought Chris Jenkins was out today. But number 98 for the Cincinnati Bengals, it's Sheldon Rankins who made the play here. Great job by Sheldon Rankins here. Free agent acquisition from the Houston Texans, gets the strip. And as we go to commercial break here, the Cincinnati Bengals, when we return, are going to have the ball in Kansas City Chiefs territory up by 3. Folks, this is another classic Bengals-Chiefs battle, and the Kansas City Chiefs coming out sloppy early. Patrick Mahomes, a god-awful interception early. Now Carson Steele with the fumble here when they were driving. So really things are looking up for the Cincinnati Bengals. Here comes classic Stafford when the game's out of reach. He plays well. I really thought that. I was telling people that if you're, I was really high on David Montgomery. I thought he was going to be a huge part. I don't know his numbers, but I really thought that he would be somebody who would get really involved. Yeah. Cards are looking good. Jonathan Taylor, 12 for 103. Yeah, I predicted he would have a good game. He's a guy I thought really needed to be used more than 12 carries. If that's all he got, that's not a good thing. Yeah. Thomas Jr., 2 catches, 94 yards. Guy used him more than twice. I think if I remember right, when I was going over the games earlier, I predicted the score. I predicted 21-18 for that Cleveland Jags game. I guess the Jags couldn't hold up their end of the bargain. There has to be some concerns with Cincinnati, though. Cleveland. I mean, last week, would they put up 17? This week they put up 18. But, if you're Jacksonville Jaguars, you got to get Brian Thomas Jr. a lot. There's some legitimate concern about the Jags as we return back. I'm going to get back to that in a little bit here. As we return back to the game here, Joe Burrow's under center at the Kansas City Chiefs 44-yard line. Bengals are up by 3. Play action pass here. It's going to go with a screen pass, and Nick Bolton is ready as they blow this up. It's going to be a loss of 1 here. Nice job by Nick Bolton reading the screenplay and stuffing it immediately. And this was, I thought, a really nice play design here. You're under center. And the Bengals are using a lot of 3 tight ends. And what they did is they're trying to get Trent Brown and Karras out in the open field as blockers. But Nick Bolton just undercut both of them, blew it up here. It's going to be 2nd and 11 here for the Cincinnati Bengals here. Joe Burrow, shotgun formation. 2 receivers now to the top as Chase moves to the top. 2 receivers to the bottom here. Zach Brown to Joe Burrow's left here. Slices to Gesicki right across the middle of the formation. It's going to be a first down here as we go to the 2-minute warning. Nice job by Mike Gesicki. And one thing I really thought I'd see more of this from the Kansas City Chiefs than the Cincinnati Bengals, but Cincinnati Bengals are lining up with a lot of 3 tight end sets, and they're using it and being wildly effective. So kudos to the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals early on taking advantage of Chiefs turnovers, and they are inside enemy territory. It looks like they will come away with at least a field goal as of right now here. As of right now, it looks like they can come with just a field goal. So since we're on a commercial break here, let me get just some score updates to the other games here that are going around the league here. Right now, all right. Right now we're at halftime between Cincinnati and the Rams. Arizona and the Rams. It's a 24-3 here as the Cardinals really playing well. And the Denver Broncos and the Steelers are tied up at 7. It's 7-0. The Steelers have the ball on deep in Denver territory. 21 seconds left in the half here. So, yeah, I misspoke. I'm sorry about that. So we got some good games here. My boy Luke. By the way, I use StreamYard, so the comments from Instagram don't flow over. But as I see my boy Luke G chimes in, why the NFL is hyped out about Taylor Swift is crazy to me. No, Luke, I get it completely. The reason why is one thing you have to realize: the NFL is entertainment. And there's fewer bigger names out there than Taylor Swift. Few bigger names out there than Taylor Swift. So when you put Taylor Swift on TV, it opens up a whole new fan base to the NFL that normally wouldn't care. And basically, I'm talking about 12-year-old girls. So. Yeah, Swift fans are not NFL fans. I was just hearing that when Taylor Swift had our presidential endorsement, 400,000 people registered to vote right after that. Not a good thing. Back to the game here after the 2-minute warning. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the Kansas City Chiefs 35. It's going to be a handoff to Chase Brown. He's going to break a tackle and get a nice gain. Gets a nice gain of 7 here. As the Bengals, what they want to do here is that while they want to put points on the board, they want to make sure that they don't allow Kansas City any time. So they're kind of in a situation here. And this is, okay, Burrow's doubled over, but it looks like he's just messing with his shoe. Chiefs are going to call a timeout here because what they want to do is they want to get the ball back before the half. Keep in mind, Kansas City Chiefs get the ball first in the second half. So with the Kansas City Chiefs getting the ball first in the second half, they want to make this a 2-for-1 opportunity. The Bengals obviously want to just score, even if it's just a field goal, and don't allow Mahomes any time at all. 2nd and 4 here. The Kansas City Chiefs used their first timeout. They have 2. Bengals only have 1. Joe Burrow, shotgun formation. Zach Moss to his left here. Looks like Burrow's changing a play, but he wants the ball here. He's going to get snapped. Chiefs bring a blitz here. Burrow's going to go deep downfield here, but he overthrows Jermaine Burton. Jermaine Burton's a third round pick out of University of Alabama here. They were really excited about this kid. A lot of potential with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins sitting out this offseason. He got a lot of time on the first team offense, and they're pretty excited about his upside. pretty excited about his upside. So a lot of excitement here. We have a very key third down here for the Cincinnati Bengals here. Burrow's in shotgun formation. Zach Moss is to his right here. They're going to motion tight end down here, so it's tripped to the bottom formations. Quick throw here. They're trying to force it to Gesicki, and there's some flags here. The Chiefs are pointing towards the Cincinnati Bengals as it looked like it was a possible pick route. We're going to see what the flag actually is. But they're going to call a pick play on the Cincinnati Bengals. It'll be they mentioned pass interference, but it's basically a pick play. Andy Reid's going to talk to the officials here and find out what's going on. Because what you want to do in this situation here is if you back them up enough, you may want to take the penalty. And that's exactly what Kinsey's going to do. This penalty could force the Bengals outside of field goal range. Now, keep in mind, the Bengals get a first down. This is going to be really, really bad. Yeah, part of the issue I'm having, I'm beginning to think that it's not a YouTube TV thing. It could be an internet thing. You're probably a few seconds ahead of me, Perry. I apologize for that. 3rd and 14 here for the Cincinnati Bengals here. Bengals are in shotgun formation here. Burrow back to pass there. He's going to take a quick throw here to Gesicki. Gesicki's going to break a tackle here. Gesicki's trying to stay in bounds and does. And what they want to do is they want to force the Kansas City Chiefs to burn another timeout because it's 4th and 5 here. 4th and 5. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. The Kansas City Chiefs do burn timeout. So it's 4th and 5 for the Cincinnati Bengals here. The Chiefs have one timeout remaining, 1:37 left in the second quarter. This could be a combination of YouTube TV being a little slower. Anytime you stream something, instead of getting that direct connection, I think you're a little behind. I really enjoy YouTube TV, so it's not something I'm going to change. The internet connection, of course, it's gone down twice. I've had problems with this router, so that could be a thing. During the week, I'll see what I can and can't do. But the Bengals are going to line up for a long field goal. It's going to be a 48-yard field goal attempt here for the Cincinnati Bengals here. 1:37 left in the game. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So we have a 6-point lead by the Cincinnati Bengals here. 1:33 left in the half here as we go to a quick commercial break here. Bengals are up by 6, but keep in mind Patrick Mahomes has one timeout in 93 seconds remaining. So, yeah, Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs defense coordinator need to make some adjustments. The biggest thing that Kansas City Chiefs really want to do is limit turnovers. Murray, big run, go Cards, beat Stafford and McVay. I'm not surprised that I did pick the Rams in this game, but the one thing I want to point out is that even though I'm not surprised by it, I am surprised by how much they are winning. Here, I was trying to hold on here. This is what I was looking for here. So this is my first time. So BetUS, by the way, BetUS is doing something different. They're doing this live betting, and hopefully I can switch it to just football. So the way it works right now is that I'm going live here. So if you want to bet on the games with BetUS, you can go live. I want to make sure that not having any more technical difficulties. BetUS right now has the game in the third quarter. It's 24-3. Right now, if you want to bet, they're locking it up, but they did have a thing if you wanted to bet on the money line. It's a plus 2,200 for the Rams, negative 10,000 for Arizona. At halftime, if you want to bet the money line on the Steelers, it's negative 1,429, which means that you have to bet $1,429 to win 100. Broncos is plus 640. With the Kansas City Chiefs, even though they are up, the Kansas City Chiefs are still a 1.5 point favorite. and it's negative 147 Chiefs money line. So if you're a Bengals fan and you're convinced they're going to win, maybe you put a little bit of action on here. Total points, 53.5. That's kind of interesting here that you're looking at, but I'll kind of go back and forth here. Travis Kelce has no receptions, no yards. Another touchdown for the Cardinals. Oh, my God. Back to the game here. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to go ahead and take the ball in the end zone here. They're going to take the ball 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line here. 1:33 left in the first half. Chiefs are down by 6. We got another classic. We have another classic Kansas City Chiefs, Cincinnati Bengals game. This is just going to be a good one. And Bengals have taken advantage of 2 Kansas City Chiefs turnovers, but we're only able to convert those into field goals here. Patrick Mahomes, let's see if they can make this a little closer going into halftime here. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation, back to pass here, fires across the middle, hits Travis Kelce, but he's down quickly. He's going to get only a gain of 5 here. Chiefs are going to go hurry up formation here. It's going to be 2nd and 5 here as we go under 1:15 in the first half here. It's going to be Rashid Rice to the top here. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation, back to pass there. He's going to go ball deep downfield. Justin Watson gets both feet inbounds at the Bengals' 49-yard line. Very nice gain of 16 here for Justin Watson, 2nd reception of the game here. Justin Watson's a guy, doesn't make a lot of huge plays, but makes a lot of key plays. Cards 30-30. Yeah, Watson, big catch here. 1:11 left in the first half here. Kansas City Chiefs are already in Bengals territory. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation here. Watson's at the bottom, trips to the top. Patrick Mahomes wants to go deep here. He's going to be tackled. He looks like he's going to be tackled, gets the ball away to Pacheco. Pacheco gets out of bounds after a gain of 1. So Patrick Mahomes avoids getting sacked, gets the ball out to Pacheco, and Pacheco gets 1 yard before he goes out of bounds here. Trey Hendrickson almost got the sack. He's 1-on-1 against the Chiefs rookie. I'm going to butcher the poor kid's name. It's Penei Sewell's cousin, Kingsley Suamataia. And by the way, I'm not even close on that name, but that's kind of how it looks here. They're actually going to give Pacheco 2 yards, but the play is under review because Trey Hendrickson got his arms around Patrick Mahomes, and what they're reviewing is if Mahomes was actually down, because Mahomes was falling down when he released the ball. It's a nice play by Patrick Mahomes, but it may be for naught because if they do rule this as a sack, then the play clock's going to continue. The way things are right now, the play clock has stopped, and actually, they could be looking because Isaiah Pacheco's shoulder pad hits first, so they could be looking at a couple different things. I thought originally they were looking at sacked or ruling if Pacheco is actually out of bounds or not. This isn't really that big of a deal for the Kansas City Chiefs, even though it's under review. If the play does – okay, so the Mahomes actually – there's no question of whether Mahomes got rid of the ball, which is what I thought originally. What they're looking at is Isaiah Pacheco. Was he in bounds or out of bounds? There's 1:03 left in the first half here. I think that this is going to stand because even though Isaiah Pacheco's looks like his elbow, then his shoulder hits, the ball is out of bounds. The way I understand it is that even if the shoulder hits out of bounds, being that the majority of his body and the ball is out of bounds, even though his shoulder pad hits in bounds, the clock would stop. So they're gonna take a look at this, and they actually are still taking a look at this. But Patrick Mahomes urging for quiet, and I'm not exactly sure. Time to dial it up to Rice. That's what I would think. I'm not exactly sure here. They're taking a little bit of time off the clock, so it's going to be 56 seconds here. Okay, so they're going to roll that. He was all right. No big deal. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. He wants to go deep here. He's going to be sacked. Trey Hendrickson goes right around Kingsley Suamataia for a key sack. It's going to bring up 3rd and long in this particular situation. The Chiefs don't want to use a By the way, Trey Hendrickson trying to get a contract extension at 17.5 sacks here. Kansas City Chiefs go quickly here. Patrick Mahomes going to go back to pass. He's going to pump. He's going to run. And he's going to go out of bounds here. So it's going to be a 4th and long for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Play clock operator has it at 0, so that's not correct. If I'm correct, there's going to be about 31 seconds left, or 24, either or. 24 seconds are going to be left here. Great job by the Cincinnati Bengals here. Trey Hendrickson did a fantastic job. And I'm a little surprised by this. They're going to go for a field goal here. They're going to line up for a 68-yard field goal. This is a 68-yard attempt by Harrison Butker. And the Kansas City Chiefs are going to call a timeout here. I really don't think they're going to go for a 68-yard field goal. I'm just going to level with you right now. I know Harrison Butker has a big leg, but I really don't see him going for a 68-yard field goal. You could realistically, by the way, just because he's lining up, you can still do a pooch punt. You can go for an obvious fake. There's 101 things that you could do, but the Chiefs basically wanted to force a little confusion from the Bengals. They're going to move Harrison Butker out. They're bringing in Matt Ariza, the free agent punter, in. So he's going to go ahead and punt and try to pin the Bengals back. And it looks like we're going to try to – I think Chiefs are going to try to go into halftime just down by 6 as they get the ball first in the second half here. This punt is high, and – it's going to be downed inside the 2-yard line. Great play by Joshua Williams, who off the bounce, the ball was going to go in the end zone. Joshua Williams, ball in the end zone, jumps up in the air, bats the ball down. And the way it works is that okay, so here's the drill. Joshua Williams jumped before he went into the end zone. So he actually was in midair at the half-yard line. And while in midair, pushed the ball back in play. Great play by Joshua Williams, a second-year player out of Fayetteville State, a player that the Kansas City Chiefs really, really like. Good job by the Kansas City Chiefs special teams. As it's going to be 14 seconds left, Joe Burrow is just going to take a knee. Actually, correction, he's going to take a timeout here. And the ball's actually on the 1-yard line. The ball's on the 1-yard line. So what Cincinnati Bengals are trying to do is avoid getting a safety here. So we're going to find out what Cincinnati Bengals are going to do. They're going to take a look at this and figure out what they want to do. What they want to do is that when you take a knee, usually what you do is you go back a yard. Obviously, if you go back a yard and you get a safety, not only do the Kansas City Chiefs get 12 points, but they also get the ball back. You have to punt the ball or kick off the ball from the 20. You just saw the Chiefs line up for a 68-yard field goal. So what you want to do is that the Bengals can't just take a standard kneel down. They're going to have to run a play in hopes that they don't get a safety. They got both running backs, 2 tight ends. Joe Burrow's under center here. I expect Joe Burrow just to go ahead and just dive forward here. As the play clock goes under 3 here, Joe Burrow looks like he's trying to draw the Chiefs offside. The Bengals are going to take a delay of game penalty, which is really unusual. I'm not exactly sure what the point is. If I was Joe Burrow, I just would have just dove down. You can do 101 different things here if you're the Bengals, but taking a penalty and going from the 1 to inside the 1-yard line makes things a little more dangerous. They're trying to use some motion to draw the Chiefs off sides. Chiefs defense too disciplined. What it is that they got 2 tight ends, 2 running backs, and now they're going to line up standard formation. They're going to do a variation of the tush push and get Burrow to about the half-yard line. And we end the first half. At the end of the first half, the Kansas City Chiefs are down by 6. Great job by the Bengals early. Bengals 16, Chiefs 10 as we go into halftime. I was hoping Trey Hendrickson becomes a free agent. He would look good. So he is going to be a free agent at the end of this year, and he's been lobbying the Cincinnati Bengals to try to get a new contract, and the Bengals, the Bengals, of course, have the same situation with Jamar Chase as they do with Trey Hendrickson, is that both these are key players. Both these players have been playing lights out, and both these players want new contracts. I'll be honest with you. I kind of understand the Trey Hendrickson situation. Used first-round pick on Miles Murphy 2 years ago. Used a third-round pick on Joseph Asai. Joseph Asai was a guy I was really, really high on coming out of Texas. I thought that he had a phenomenal combine. I thought there was a chance he could be a first-round pick, but the Bengals got him in the third round. You also have Sam Hubbard that you gave some money to. He's a nice complimentary piece, and I was kind of expecting I was kind of expecting Jamar Chase to already be signed by now, but I understand the reasoning behind Trey Hendrickson. But yeah, Trey Hendrickson, very similar player to Aiden Hutchinson. Undersized. I'm not saying Aiden Hutchinson's undersized, but Trey Hendrickson's a little undersized, but he's got a lot of length. He's like 6'5", around 240, 250, somewhere in that range. Played with the Saints for his first 4 years. What happened is his first three years with the Saints, he had a total of 9 sacks. His final year at the Saints had 12 and a half, parlayed that into a big free agent deal with the Bengals. First year in Cincinnati, he has 19 sacks. Last year, he had 17 and a half. Really just underrated player. Really underrated player. But just been A+. Had sacked today. It was a very key play. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. But it's interesting. The game is, this is going to be a good game. I was adamant that while I like the Chiefs to win, I didn't expect the Chiefs, or I didn't expect I didn't expect the Chiefs to cover 6 or the Bengals to make it. I think the Bengals are going to make it a good game. This is going to be a classic Chiefs-Bengals game. This is going to be a fun game. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. I really don't think he will. I'll be honest. I think the Bengals wouldn't mind if they could get some sort of king's ransom, but I do know that Burrow. So a lot of people feel like the players get involved in who's on the team and who isn't. It's really not like that. A lot of people feel like Joe Burrow is going to step in and demand that Chase stays there. It really doesn't work that way. He's been lobbying a little bit for, Chase to get his money. Of course, they were teammates at LSU with Justin Jefferson, but you're not really. Oh my God, I'm getting rated. Oh my God. This is so cool. I'm getting rated. I'm Tom Grossi's. Oh my God, the Tom Grossi's rated me. Oh my God, this is so awesome. I'm getting rated by the Grossi posse. Oh my God, this is so cool. I am just absolutely overwhelmed by this. I'm a huge fan. Thank you, Tom Grossi, sending me some love. I am overwhelmed. Tom Grossi is a very big YouTube channel. If you're not aware, I'm a huge fan of his. He does a lot of great work with charities. And Tom Grossi has graced me with his presence. Tom Grossi, thank you so much for sending a raid my way. I'm overwhelmed. I'm kind of speechless. I'm turning red here. I'm so embarrassed. A guy that I kind of idolize and look up to is giving me a raid here. I'll read as many pieces as I can. Oh God, this is so cool. This is so awesome. I'm being raided by Tom Grossi. This is so great, man. This is just awesome. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I got a super chat from Packer79. Kitty goes me out. Oh my God, I gotta read in a super chat. Tom Grossi, really, really a class act among YouTubers and Packers fans. It's great too because the Packers had a great win today, so hopefully he's showing the Chiefs some love too. This is just I'm tickled. I got to drink. Not only did I get rated, I got a super chat from Packer79, and even though it says Kitty goes meow, it's it's PG. Oh, so this is just so awesome. Oh God, this is so awesome, Tom Grossi. Thank you, man. The Grossi Posse raid. This is just fantastic. That Grossi raid. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Jake Rishi. Thank you. Hogs or Hags 472. Thank you. Oh God. Oh God. I may not be able to get to everybody, but this is just awesome. This is just absolutely awesome. I'm a huge fan. I'm getting rated here. I like this name, TC Animates Extra. That is awesome. Thank you. This is just great. I even got a super chat from Packer79. Kitty goes me out. Big. What a great name. What a great name, man. What a great name. Oh, wow. Perry S. Keaton, do you think it's May time? The Pats quarterback is solid, but he's not a franchise guy like May can be. Perry, KTS, I think I'm going to start calling Keaton KTS. He's joining me Monday on Afternoon Delight, and I really, really hope that I'm just overwhelmed. I'm sorry. I'm a little it's just fantastic. I'm hoping that Keaton will talk about this. I'm on a level with you, Perry. I think it's really smart to keep him on the bench for now. That's what I would do. Just keep him on the bench. Just keep him learning. Just keep him growing. I think at 1-1, you're in a decent situation there. Jets are 1-1. The Dolphins are 1-1. I brought this up Friday. I'm going to continue to bring this up. I know I saw that Tua does not plan on retiring, but he should. He's going to be out for a while, so the Dolphins are 1-1. Of course, the Bills are 2-0, but you still get to play Buffalo twice. I don't think you should make a move yet, but I can't wait to get Keaton's opinion. Of course, we're going to talk to folks, forgive me. There's some breaking news here. President candidate Donald Trump, shots fired near a Florida golf course where Donald Trump was at. I don't have any other detail. I turned the sound off. Thanks, violations. This is a CBS News special report that shots were fired near a Florida golf course. Of course, there was an assassination attempt earlier this summer on presidential candidate Donald Trump, but Donald Trump is safe and sound. It's a CBS special report. I don't have any more information on this. As news comes up on TV, I'll relay it to you. But we'll find out here. I'm going to go through a lot of these. This is just, I'm tickled pink. I'm super excited. For those of you that don't know, Tom Grossi has a massive YouTube channel. I'm a big fan of his. Part of the reason why I started doing play-by-play is because I saw Tom Grossi and a few other YouTubers doing it, so I'd give it a shot. I'm tickled pink that people take the time to tune into YouTube. Perry's mentioned I'm a little bit behind, but I'm a huge fan of Tom Grossi. It always has been. Does a lot of work with charity, doing some great things. He's an idol. He really is. And not only that, from the raid, I got a super chat. Oh my God, this is another super chat. This is one happy Bucks fan and Grossi Posse fan showing you some love and support. Accursed Studios. Oh my God, I got a pair of super chats. This is just absolutely amazing. and one happy Bucks fan. It's kind of funny, Curzon Studios. Thank you so much for the super chat. That is just beyond awesome. There's a lot of Detroit Lions fans that follow here. There's a lot of upset Lions fans. I haven't had a chance to go back and watch this because I do have a Detroit Lions following. I really want to dive into this game. Is this just a game Detroit didn't show up for? Is Tampa Bay for real? I do something that's called Afternoon Delight. I will be live 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific for 3 hours, Monday through Friday, bringing some love into your afternoon. That's why I call it Afternoon Delight. And we're going to talk about this. Mondays is going to be a really, really big show. I got Keaton from Keaton Talk Sports joining me. We're gonna talk a lot of football. It's going to be a great time. But I need to find out if this is the Bucks being a possible Super Bowl contender. I was very adamant that I thought the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were a lot better than people thought. You have a really good defense. You're always going to have a good defense if you have a Todd Bowles coach team. But on the offensive side of the ball, what the Bucks did this offseason was big. They got Baker Mayfield, which a lot of people thought he should have stayed. But they're able to keep Mike Evans as well. A lot of people thought he would leave via free agency. He stayed in Tampa Bay. So here's the drill. And you also beefed up that offensive line. Here's another thing about Tampa Bay. They're possibly the best safety in football. Antoine Winfield Jr. did not play. They also had a few other defensive backs that were not playing. So there's a lot to unravel about that game. But if you're a Lions fan, you went 1-1 last year and you were just fine. I'm going to assume that's Focus Productions. The Blue Gamer. Dominic Carenza. Oh, wow. Jim Coughlin. If I don't get all your names. Big Diddy Grassi Raid. Oh, wow. The musical Duke of Roadtown. Call me Duke. I love it. Let's go Chiefs Kingdom. Hags 462. Hey, listen, you know I'm a Chiefs fan, so Curzon Studios gets another $5 super chat. Bucks beat a healthy Lions team with several defensive players inactive. Baker was sacked 5 times, but he willed the Bucks to win. I'm gonna tell you something. I've never said that Baker Mayfield was elite. I'm not going to be one of these guys that says he's a top 5 quarterback, but this is an above average starting quarterback. And after Brady was gone, the question is, what are you going to do about the quarterback position? Remember, they drafted Kyle Trask in the 2nd round. He was going to fight with Baker last year. Nobody really knew who was going to be a starter. Baker won that job, did a great job last year, and so far he's playing lights out. I mean, he had a great game week 1 against Washington. And then, listen, going up to Detroit, that's a big deal. We're back to the game here as halftime's over. A very exciting halftime. Very exciting for me as I got rated by Grossi Posse. The Chiefs are going to go ahead and take the kick into the end zone here. It's going to be a touchback. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at the 30-yard line here. Chiefs are down 16-10. But they get the ball first in the second half. If you watch the Chiefs and Ravens on Thursday Night Football last week, the Chiefs took the first drive of the second half all the way into the end zone, scored a touchdown. Curzon Studios, man, this is just an absolute treat here. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Chiefs are going with a 12. Folks, I am so sorry. Yeah, Curzon Studio, people are sleeping on Baker, top 5. I don't think he's top 5. Thank you so much for the super chat, but I don't think he's top 5. Oh my God, Xavier Worthy gets into the field, gets a little slip screen out for a 15-yard gain here. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. A little trash talk here between Von Bell and Xavier Worthy here. This is a nice little play, just simple slip screen. And what they're doing is just trying to get Xavier Worthy, Mr. 4-2-1, out in the open field, using that 4-2-1 speed. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at their own 44-yard line. Staying with 13 personnel here. The Chiefs like using 3 tight ends. Isaiah Pacheco running up the middle for a gain of 5. 12 on 19, 185, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Here's the thing that I really like about Baker Mayfield is that not only did he solidify, here's the deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he doesn't have to be elite. By the way, there was a hold on this play. It was a defensive holding, so it's going to be a first down for Kansas City. This is really rare. You have a defensive tackle holding on the play here, so a defensive tackle holds on this play here, and it gives Kansas City Chiefs a first down. Perry says Baker's playing at an MVP level. I want to see more. I'm going to get back to this here in just a minute here. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs in enemy territory on the Bengals 46-yard line. Another handoff right up the middle. Isaiah Pacheco squirts forward. Look, they're going to mark it at 9 here. And by the way, the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line is just dominating this game. I pointed out earlier, Trey Hendrickson beat the Chiefs' second-round pick out of BYU. I'm butchering the name, but Kingsley Ciamatea. They're butchering him completely, but I'm butchering the name completely, but he got around for a sack. That was a huge play. But this offensive line as a whole is just dominant. Carson Steele's going to enter the game here. He had that fumble last time he touched the ball here. 2nd and 1, the Kansas City Chiefs want to throw the ball. And it looks like it was Xavier Worthy just slipped here as ball falls harmlessly out of bounds here. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Kansas City Chiefs. If you're tuning in late here, Bengals took advantage of a pair of Chiefs turnovers are up at the end of the first half. The score is 16-10. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Kansas City Chiefs. 12:45 left in the third quarter here. And it looks like Xavier Worthy is messing with his right hamstring, it looks like. It's going to be a handoff, the direct snap to Pacheco, and he's going to be held right at the line of scrimmage here. And Trey Smith is jawing with one. I think it's Aether's. Well, I got the name wrong of the linebacker. I thought it was Atkins Gaither. It's actually Jermaine Pratt that he was fighting with. It looks like the Kansas City Chiefs are about a half a yard short here. It's 4th down. It looks like the Kansas City Chiefs are going to go for it here. Kansas City Chiefs are going to go for it here. It's 4th and about a half a yard here at the Bengals 37-yard line. It is well within Butker range. It's going to be a handoff to Carson Steele here. He's going to keep going. Corkscrews his way to the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5 and the Kansas City Chiefs first down. First down, Carson Steele, last time he touched the ball, fumbled. The Chiefs give faith in him. He is stopped, by the way, behind the line of scrimmage, just keeps fighting and then corkscrews himself up for a gain of 5. He's going to be somewhere either at the 35 or 31-yard line. Carson Steele just showing some old school power running and gets a Kansas City Chiefs first down. They'll mark him down to Cincinnati Bengals 32-yard line. First down for the Kansas City Chiefs using 13 personnel again. This time it's play action pass here. Patrick Mahomes scrambling around. Looks like he's going to run it. He's at the 30. He's at the 25, and he goes out of bounds at the 25. Trey Hendrickson pushes him out of bounds. This is a minor thing that people are really going to overlook. This is a very big play. Trey Hendrickson runs Patrick Mahomes down. By the way, if Trey Hendrickson doesn't run Patrick Mahomes down, Patrick Mahomes easily I think he gets a first down, maybe not easily as the Bengals defensive backs are converging, but he had room to run. Patrick Mahomes, 29 rushing yards to go along with 105, 134 total yards. Of course, he has that interception. Patrick Mahomes back to pass, shotgun snap, 2nd and 3. It's going to be a little screen pass to Pacheco. He's got some room here. Squirts forward past the 15 to the 12-yard line, so that it's going to be 1st and 10 inside the red zone. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. We go under 10:30 in the second half here. Kansas City Chiefs are in scoring range again. Kansas City Chiefs are trying to take the lead here. Very nice job here. This is just a very simple screen pass here. Chiefs get their offensive line out there. One of the best offensive lines in the National Football League. Just tried to get that offensive line out there. Isaiah Pacheco runs angrily. Nice job by the Kansas City Chiefs. 13 personnel. Again, it's going to be another handoff right up the middle here. Isaiah Pacheco powers forward. This is a nice gain of 8 here as he gets inside the 5-yard line. I cannot emphasize this enough. that the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line is just bullying the defensive line. One thing that they're pointing out on the replays is that even though the Chiefs are on the 12-yard line, both safeties were 10 yards back, and that's just Lou Amarino's standard defense, the Mahomes rules. And it's going to be Carson Steele. He's going to power forward here, and he's going to be marked. I think he's going to be about about 2 inches short of a first down. It's going to depend on where they mark the ball at, but correction, it looks like it's going to be a first down here. It's going to be 1st and goal at about the 2-yard line. Carson Steele just powered forward, and I cannot emphasize this. I know I keep saying it over and over and over again. The Kansas City Chiefs offensive line is just dominating this game. 13 personnel, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver, Carson Steele. It's going to be play action pass. It's going to be Travis Kelce. He's going to power forward, and he's going to be marked at the half-yard line. Travis Kelce gets a nice little behind the line of scrimmage pass here, and he catches it. Just tries to power forward. Is just short. He's going to be a half a yard short of the end zone here. So it's going to go down in the books as a 2-yard reception here for Travis Kelce, the future Hall of Fame tight end. And, of course, we have a Taylor Swift sighting. Chiefs fans cannot get enough of Taylor Swift. I know Perry loves Taylor Swift. So we're going to stop the play here as Sheldon Rankins is down on the ground here. So as they go to a commercial break, 8:29 left in the third quarter. Bengals are up 16-10, but the Chiefs 2nd and goal on the half-yard line. I'm going to miss a lot of these. I am just super, super, super overwhelmed by the love and support. Oh my God, Jeep and Jesus, this is great. I got a couple super chats. I'm super just geeked out by this. Go Pack Go. KC Bell. Go Pack Go. Congratulations on the win with a backup quarterback. That's a big thing here. Rereading the super chat. This is just the Cursed Studios. Thank you so much. I'm honored and tickled, and I hope to hear from you more again in the future here. Christian Barnes enjoyed the game. I will. Ninja Tiger. I got some great names here. Hopefully, I'm not missing anybody here. Go Kitty. Jed Lockett Productions. I got some turtle love. I love it. Hopefully you're not making fun of me, but if you are, you can. Bear down. I love it. Sending love, Sabrina. Beautiful name. Go Bengals. Leola Gonzalez. Hey, listen, some Bengals fans are welcome. Obviously, I'm a Chiefs fan, but Bengals fans are welcome here. November Orion. I am just tickled pink. I am just tickled pink. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it. I'm a huge fan, so I'm super geeked out. Perry provides an update. I know I'm a little behind here, but I appreciate the update. Steelers 10, Broncos 0. Denver Gator will not be happy about that. But look, rookie quarterback against tough Steelers defense, but still plenty of time to play. Go Pack. Oh my God, Mike Hart liked and sub Grassi Posse. Mike, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love the it's Cards 34 Scam Rams 3. I know. 2nd and goal here as we get back to the game here. Carson Steele in diamond formation here. He's going to fake the handoff wide open. Oh my God, I don't believe it. The Chiefs throw to the tackle. The Chiefs go to the tackle. I'm trying to see who it is. It's Wanya Morris, the backup tackle. Wanya Morris, touchdown, Kansas City. Touchdown, Chiefs. 8:21 left in the third quarter. We're tied at 16 with the extra point looming. I was so excited. Wanya Morris was in a training camp battle with Kingsley San Mateo. I'm butchering this. Let me get to the extra point here. Then I want to go over this real fast here. Great job by Wanya Morris here. As extra point is down, kick is up, kick is good. Chiefs take a 17-16 lead. So Wanya Morris was in a training camp battle with second round pick Kingsley San Mateo. A lot of people thought that Wanya Morris was going to win the job because he was a fourth round pick. Kind of funny. Wanya Morris actually was Trey Smith's roommate at the University of Tennessee, transferred over to Oklahoma, and he was drafted in the fourth round. Chiefs fans, Chiefs personnel, very high on the guy. Did have some injuries in training camp, which didn't help out. But lost the starting job. He's now the swing tackle, so he gets in. By the way, has a very infectious attitude. Great locker room guy. Sometimes you lose a starting battle and you get a little down on yourself. Well, the Chiefs decide to reward Wanya Morris's excellent attitude and gets a touchdown reception. And as 8:21 left in the third quarter here, Kansas takes a 17-16 lead. The kick is up. The kickoff is up, and it's going to be taken. It's going to be a fair catch, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals at the 30. I'm super geeked out here. Grassi Raid, I think he stays on the bench, so maybe. So this was the talk about Drake May. I do have KTS joining me for Afternoon Delight tomorrow. I'm very, very, very excited about this. Damian Cole, I'm a Raiders fan, but just found you through the Grassi Raid. F the Chiefs, LOL, but like your channel, keep up the good work. I say I get a background through some memorabilia, some NFL stuff. Dude, hey, listen, back to pass. Joe Burrow's going deep. He's got Jermaine Burton. He's got Jermaine Burton deep for a 50-yard gain here. Jermaine Burton, third-round pick out of Alabama, strikes fear. Nice play by Joe Burrow to Jermaine Burton. He beats Justin Watson on one-on-one coverage. Great play by the rookie out of Alabama, making his name known. Damian, man, hey, listen, Dan Talks Football at yahoo.com. My social media links are below. We need more Raiders fans in this community. I'm broadcasting live from Las Vegas. So, correction, it's a 47-yard gain down to the 23-yard line. Joe Burrow's under center. Fumbles the snap, gets back on it. Do get a hold of me. And I hope to hear more from you. 4 catches, 130 for Marvin Harrison. Accursed Studios. I'm just so geeked out about it. Thank you so much. Hey, that's me. Well, there it is. Love the name. Joey Eggleston, who's they? Hey, listen, we need some love here from Bengals fans. Obviously, I'm a diehard Chiefs fan, but hey, all 32 teams are welcome here. All 32 teams are welcome here. 2nd and 12 here for Joe Burrow and Cincinnati Bengals. Burrow takes a shotgun snap here, gets rid of it quickly to Gesicki. Gesicki breaks a tackle here, tries to corkscrew his way, but Nick Bolton tackles him down after a gain of 10. By the way, he was stopped at the line of scrimmage. Mike Gesicki, former 2nd-round pick from the Miami Dolphins. I watched him play at Penn State when he was with Saquon Barkley. And I remember at the combine ran a 4.53, had like a 42-inch vertical. Didn't show that athleticism in college, but he's starting to show it with the Cincinnati Bengals today. Tight ends are responsible for 10 receptions, 123. So give credit to the Cincinnati Bengals. 3rd and 2 here at the Kansas City Chiefs 15-yard line here. Burrow, as play clock goes down to 3, gets a snap here. Chiefs bring some pressure here, and he's going to – oh, my God, what an effort by Joe Burrow. It looked like he was going to be sacked. He ran forward. He was tackled by, I believe that was George Karlaftis, a defensive end. Joe Burrow just powers forward and gets a first down here, even though he's got, actually, that was Nick Bolton who originally stopped Joe Burrow at the 15. He would have been stopped short of the line of scrimmage. Joe Burrow decides to keep fighting. Kudos to Joe Burrow, showing some toughness and grit, getting that first down, 1st and 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals at the 12-yard line here. Shotgun formation here. He's got Zach Moss to his right here. Staying in the 13 personnel, Zach Moss right up the middle, gets a nice gain of 9 here. Nice job by the Bengals offensive line and Zach Moss as he just squirts forward for a gain of 9. It's going to be 2nd and 1 at the 3-yard line here. Great job by Alex Karras here on the combo block. Nails Nick Bolton, opens up that hole here. Justin Reed is holding on to his right hand or wrist as he gets out. He looks visibly frustrated as he leaves the field. They're going to call it 2nd and 2 here. They're going to call it 2nd and 2 here as we go under 5 minutes in the third quarter. The Bengals are down by 1, but they're inside the 5, ready to score here. Folks, this is just going to be a classic Chiefs-Bengals matchup. Classic Chiefs-Bengals matchup. 2nd and 2, the Bengals are lining up 13 personnel here. This is very interesting because it's an overload to the right side. Mike Gesicki's lining up. Actually, it's the left tackle here. Zach Moss is going to take the ball. He's going to go ahead and go around to the right side, but he slips, regains his footing, and while he doesn't score, and there's some pushing and shoving afterwards here as some of the Chiefs defenders show their frustration. Looks like Orlando Brown, who played a couple years with the Kansas City Chiefs, of course, left last season in free agency, got a nice contract by the Cincinnati Bengals. He was kind of involved there. Zach Moss slipped and fell, but he still went ahead, got back up, and powered forward here. I'm not exactly sure when to mark him down, but it looks like he got an additional yard. It looks like it's going to be third and 1. 3rd and 1. And I can't tell if the Bengals can get a first down without getting into the end zone. I believe they can. So what it is that correction here. I kind of messed that up. It's they're calling it 3rd and 1 at the 2. Basically, it's 3rd and about this much. 3rd and about this much. The Bengals don't need to score a touchdown. They're going to call it 3rd and about 3 inches here. I thought originally he got enough for the first down, but he did not. It looks like they're going to mark him just short here. And by the way, he probably would have gone into the end zone if he kept his footing and just ran straight to the pylon. Instead, he tried to cut back inside. I mean, keep in mind, they had an overloaded set to the right side, but I think if he just would have ran straight to the pylon, he would have got in. 3rd and inches here from the Kansas City Chiefs 2-yard line. That Arrowhead crowd's making some noise here. Joe Burrow is lining up 3, and he's going to have to call a timeout. This could bite the Bengals later on, burning timeouts early. 4:01 left in the third quarter. Bengals are going to take a 30-second timeout here as they try to figure out the right play call and design here, because obviously you can get 3. You don't want to kick field goals against Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to let you know that right now. You don't want to kick field goals against Kansas City Chiefs. They don't want to kick 4 field goals. They want to go ahead and put it into the end zone. Very, very big 3rd down here. Joey Eggleston saying who they. Hey, listen, all 32 fan bases are welcome here. I'm a diehard Chiefs fan, but I want all the 32 fan bases. I want to hear from all 32 teams. James Conner, 96. Oh my God, yeah. Both Detroit didn't show up, and Bucs are a good team. I can see that. 3rd and inches here. Burrow's going to just squirt forward. He gets the first down, but he is going to be he got the first down, so it's going to be 1st and goal at the 2-yard line here. It looks like the referees are marking the ball right at the first down marker here. There's a little trash talk between the Bengals and the Chiefs. Don't be. I'm going to tell you this right now. This is a rivalry game. This is a rivalry game. And by the way, Joe Burrow, give a ton of credit to Joe Burrow's toughness here, because Leo Chenal, now he plays linebacker. The Chiefs use him all over the defense here. He's about 260, and Joe Burrow took a shot. So give a lot of credit. Joe Burrow is showing a lot of toughness and grit. His helmet comes off. That's what the pushing and shoving's about. They're going to measure it, but I believe he got enough for the first down, and it's going to be 1st and goal. I cannot give Joe Burrow enough credit. I mean, he is getting beat up a lot more than Patrick Mahomes. Doesn't have the type of protection. Doesn't have the multitude of weapons. But he's putting the Bengals in a position to get a big victory at Arrowhead. Give Joe Burrow a lot of credit. 1st and goal for the Cincinnati Bengals at the 2-yard lines. We go inside 3:30 left in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun formation here. Zach Moss to his left. Joe Burrow's going to scramble. He's getting rid of the ball at the back of the end zone. The Chiefs' defensive line is putting pressure on Burrow. I have to give Joe Burrow a ton of credit. He's showing a ton of toughness. He's showing a ton of grit. He's taking a lot more punishment than Patrick Mahomes. And keep in mind, T. Higgins is out. Amarius Mims, even though he's a rookie, he was slated to be the starting right tackle. He's out. Jamar Chase in and out of training camp. Hasn't had a lot of time. And so give the Bengals and Joe Burrow a lot of credit here. 2nd and goal, 3:22 left in the 3rd quarter. Chiefs are up by 1, but the Bengals are in range. 3 tight ends are going to do a pitch play to Zach Moss, and he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Corkscrews his way back in, but looks like he's going to lose a yard here, so it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. Chiefs defense. The Chiefs offensive and defensive lines are really winning the battle here. The reason why the Bengals are in position to take the lead is thanks to 2 Chiefs turnovers. One was a really terrible interception by Patrick Mahomes. The other was a Carson Steele fumble. It's 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line here, and the Cincinnati Bengals are going to spread things out instead of using the 13 personnel they've been using the last several plays. They're going to go 3 wide receivers. Zach Moss is going to be the Joe Burrow's right here. Play clock goes under 20 here as we go under 2:30 in the 3rd quarter here. Trips to the bottom of the screen here. I can't tell who's to the top here. Joe Burrow is back to pass. He's going to scramble around here. Chiefs are putting some pressure on. Burrow's going to go forward, and it's incomplete here. He's trying to squeeze the ball into Trenton Irwin here, and we're going to find out what the Bengals are going to do. I expect a field goal, but the Bengals have been aggressive. They could go for it here. We're going to take a good look here. And what I think they're trying to do is that I think they're trying to fit the ball into Jamar Chase, who looks like he actually had one-on-one coverage. I was expecting the Chiefs to bracket Chase, but instead it was just one-on-one. It's going to be 4th and goal here, and the Bengals are going to go for it, folks. The Bengals are going to go for it. It's going to be 2 receivers to the bottom, Chase to the top here. Joe Burrow's going to take the snap here. It's going to be a play-action pass here. He's got time, and he's got a touchdown. I'm going to butcher the name. Isloflis gets his 2nd touchdown of the game here. On 4th down, the Bengals go for it. Hit the 2nd-year player out of Penn for a touchdown. Bengals are up 22-17. Now we have to find out they go for 2. The gamble pays off. I'm butchering the name. Isloflis, 2 receptions, 7 yards, 2 touchdowns. So if you have him on fantasy, he did a good job here. Great job. By the way, great play call, because what they did is that with lots of time left in play clock, they snapped the ball, didn't allow Kansas City to make adjustments. Play action pass gave Burrow some extra time. They're going to go for 1 here. The extra point is up. The extra point is no good. No good. He pushed it right, so it's going to be 22-17 here. 2:16 left in the 3rd quarter. Folks, we got another good game between the Bengals and the Chiefs. You wanted some excitement. You wanted some fun. As a Chiefs fan, I wanted a blowout. After week 1, people are writing the Bengals off. The Bengals, I think, overlooked the Patriots as they were getting ready for the Kansas City Chiefs. As we take a commercial break, Bengals up 22-17. Damian Cole, both Detroit didn't. Yeah, I could see that. Keep in mind, if you're a Lions fan, here's what I would tell you. You went 1-1 last year and things were just fine. If you're a Bucs fan, you have a good defense. Baker Mayfield's playing good. You got some good receivers. You should be happy. So it's funny, when Cousins signed with Atlanta, a lot of people just assumed that they would win that division. I never got a video out from NFC South, but I was predicting the Bucs would win. But I thought they'd be like, 9-10 win team. The Saints, I was talking early on this offseason, they were kind of my sleeper NFC team. That's all the problems they were having with their offensive line, having problems with the offensive line staying healthy. Keep in mind, what they did was they drafted Fuega out of Oregon State. He was a right tackle at Oregon State. They switched him over to the left side. They took Trevor Penning, who was a first-round pick 3 years ago, to be the left tackle. Definition of bust. They moved him to the right side, and both of them had problems in training camp staying healthy. So far, it's working. Clint Kubiak came over from San Francisco. He's a new offensive coordinator. Keep Clint Kubiak's name in mind. Yes, it's the son of was it Gary Kubiak, former Denver Broncos backup quarterback, former Denver Broncos head coach, former Houston Texans head coach. So you're a son of an NFL head coach. You get your first job as offensive coordinator, and you're just putting up 40 points a game. You know what that means? It means you're going to be an NFL head coach very soon. So Clint Kubiak, new offensive coordinator with the New Orleans Saints, at the top of everybody's list who's going to need a head coach in 2025. Clint Kubiak's probably the name you have to interview. We're going to keep waiting and seeing. Goff played like trash. Yeah. I'm going to have to watch more of that game. Saints really surprised me. They're a real deal. I seriously, the NFC South, people are looking at the NFC South and looking at that as just a garbage division. We're back to the game here. Chiefs are down by 5. The kick goes into the end zone. It's going to be kneeled in the end zone. So 2:16 left in the third quarter. Chiefs are going to get the ball 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. We're going to find out. TD scam Rams. One thing you got to point out, Cursed Studios, thank you again for the super chat. Bucs beat a healthy Lions team with several defensive players inactive. Baker was sacked 5 times. Back to play here, and the Chiefs have had a lot of success running the ball, and they're going to continue to do so. Isaiah Pacheco just goes right up the middle for a gain of 4. And the one thing about the Kansas City Chiefs is that this is a veteran team. They're not panicking. They're not worried. They're at home. Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator, is working with the defensive line. I like seeing this from the defensive line. They're all gathered around together. They're all engaged in the conversation. Nobody's hanging their head. It's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Empty back here for Mahomes here. They're going to motion Rashee Rice, a little slip screen to Rice here. And Bengals read this perfectly. Nice job by Logan Wilson coming down quickly. Logan Wilson and Mike Hilton, longtime Bengals nickel back, come together and converge quickly. So it's only a gain of 2 yards here. 3rd and 4 here for the Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes, 14 out of 18, 121, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Very key 3rd down for the Kansas City Chiefs. Last thing Kansas City Chiefs want to do is go 3 and out after the long drive here. Trips at the top of the screen here. Travis Kelce to the left here. Worthy's going to motion here. Same IP Ryan's in there. Chiefs are going to go deep downfield. Intercepted, but there's a flag on the play here. We're going to wait and see what the flag is. The way things are, another bad throw. DJ Turner, 2nd-round pick, 2nd-year player out of the University of Michigan, from his body language, and Travis Kelce pointing towards the Bengals. This really bad interception is going to be off the books here. Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs get a break here with the flag here. We're going to see what the official call is by the referee. It's going to be a legal contact by the Cincinnati Bengals. What a huge penalty, because this wipes out a turnover for the Cincinnati Bengals. This was not a good throw by Mahomes. All right. I am so sorry, folks. I am so sorry. I'm having I am so sorry, folks. I'm having some technical difficulties here. I apologize. Everything was just kind of falling apart here. So I'm not really sure what's going on in the last couple of plays. I am so sorry. Looks like we're coming to an end of the third quarter here. It's going to be 2nd and 14. I'm not exactly sure what happened here. Chiefs are lining up here and motioning Kelsey to the bottom of the screen here, but I don't expect. Okay, Chiefs do get the ball off at the end of the third quarter. Patrick Mahomes is going to take a shot downfield, and it's an interception. It's an interception. It's an interception here. McPherson does get the pick here. Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes makes another terrible interception throw here. Folks, I'm not really sure what happened over the last couple of plays here. This was a great one-handed interception. It wasn't McPherson. It was Taylor Britt. Terrible throw by Patrick Mahomes, and I am so sorry, man. I am so sorry about this. I don't know what happened over the last couple of plays here. I'm going to try to get a little more information for you here. It looks like the Chiefs are running the ball. The flag was the last thing I remember. And then when the Chiefs had the ball in the very next play, Patrick Mahomes goes back to pass. Isaiah Pacheco gets a holding call by the Chiefs rookie left tackle, then Jared Wiley, then interception. All right. We approach the fourth quarter. One commercial break here. I am so sorry about all the technical difficulties here. Cards scored again, 41-10. Dan Moore's Red Sea. I can't wait to hear from Corey. Rams defense definitely missed. I could see that. Yeah, he's I can't wait. I can't wait. Rams, hey, listen, I mean, yeah. Connor 126, Kyler Murray 266 and 59. Damn. Damn, my boy Bo Nix is struggling. The Steelers defense is really good. All right. Guys, as far as technical difficulties, I apologize. I'll see what I can do. Unfortunately, I can't do anything today, but I'll work on it. I'll work on it tomorrow. Hopefully, there's not any problems tomorrow when we're doing afternoon delight. But I think it's just a faulty router. I apologize for all the inconvenience. Interrupting what is a fantastic game between the Kansas City Chiefs and Cincinnati Bengals. So to start the fourth quarter, Cincinnati Bengals are up 22-17. Cam Taylor Britt just made a amazing one-handed interception. I mean, you're going to see that interception over and over and over and over and over again. It is just a phenomenal play. It's one of the best plays you'll ever see. He had 4 interceptions last year. It's his first one of 2024. And with the Bengals up 5 to start the first quarter, Joe Burrow and company, it's a 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line. They're going left to right on your screen here. 3 tight ends, Chase to the top here. Play action pass here. Chase wants to take a shot downfield instead. And it's dropped by Gesicki, who would have had a first down, but just a drop there by Gesicki. You got to catch that pass by the Denver tight end. I don't know if you're talking about the Denver game, but Gesicki that's a first down. And with under 30 seconds left, there is no such thing as the 32-point play. Cardinals are going to win at home as 41-10 with under 20. 2nd and 10 here, back to pass here. And what happened was, I don't know if this is a penalty or stoppage of play. Burrow took 2 steps backward and threw the ball directly into the ground here. What happened is there were some issues. Burrow was snapping for the ball. The Chiefs only brought 4. And what happened is the Bengals were trying to get a screenplay. Chris Jones read it perfectly. Burrow just threw the ball straight into the ground here. It wasn't a stoppage of play. It was just Kansas City Chiefs read that perfectly. 3rd and 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Very key 3rd down after the interception. Bengals want to go ahead and do something here. Burrow, shotgun formation here. Chris Jones gets back home, and it's going to be sack Mike Hanna. It's Chris Jones. Ball's out. Kamari Connor. He's running down phase 2, 2015, 10-5. Touchdown. They're going to take a look at this. Even though Kamari Connor and the Kansas City Chiefs defense are celebrating in the end zone right now, I think they're going to rule it down. I don't think this is a Kansas City Chiefs defensive touchdown. We're going to hold on here because right now they're putting the points on the board. I think the points are going to come off. I think they're going to roll them down. What happened was, I think this is just going to be an incomplete pass. We're going to take a look at the replay here. Chris Jones just ruined this. Joe Burrow was running, and the ball comes out. Kamari Connor, 2nd-year player out of Virginia Tech, 4th-round pick last season. And Joe Burrow's running the ball. He's going to be down. So this is coming back because Joe Burrow is very clearly down. Wait a minute. Okay, so apparently the ball is coming out. I believe that they are going to reverse it. Right now, it looks like a Kansas City Chiefs touchdown. I believe it's going to be reversed. Never. I'm a liar. The Chiefs are actually going for 2. This touchdown is going to count. 2-point conversion in route here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass, shotgun formation. He's scrambling around. He's going to throw it into the back of the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Chiefs are going to take a 1-point lead. Folks, okay, I'm just lying to you. When I saw it, I thought that Burrow was down. It turns out to be as he was scrambling around. The ball was coming out. They didn't take a lot of time to look at this. The Chiefs did fail on the 2-point conversion, but I was saying no touchdown. I'm just full of it today. I mean, I'm sitting here. I'm having technical difficulties. I'm getting rated, and I'm having all sorts of router issues. So, hey, look, this is where we're at. No, it actually is a touchdown. All right, so here's the drill. Okay. I don't know why I'm drinking another energy drink. Trust me, I don't need it. I really, 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 really don't need it. I want to get some love here to the super chats. I have my super chats enabled. I've had it for a while, but I don't really promote it because there's nothing really. If my channel was bigger, I would get to a point where I only read super chats, but I try to read everything. I do want to give some love to the people that took the time from the Grassi Posse raid and then the super chats. These are phenomenal. Packer 76 Kitty goes meow. I'm assuming that's a PG rated comment, but you never know. Hey, on the live stream, all questions are answered. Anything goes. The Grassi Posse raid. Brian D, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. That was just awesome. I can't tell you how just geeked out I am. Tom Grassi in my niche. It's as far as football YouTubers, it's Tom Grassi. It's Brian Penna, dude. Denver Gator actually turned me on too. They're like the biggest guys in YouTube. Grassi Posse. Tom Grassi is actually on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Something I would kill to do. But he deserves it. He does like charitable work, or I just bet on football. But Brian D, thank you so much. Accursed Studios just did a fantastic job here. We're going to go back to the game here, folks. We're in for a great battle here, as we have. We're in for a great battle with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Chiefs are now up by 3. This kick's going to be returned here. It's out to the 20, 25, 30. And Chase Brown, the backup running back, is going to be stopped at the 32. Some more pushing and shoving by the Kansas City Chiefs and Bengals. This is a rivalry game. This is a big-time rivalry game. And they're showing the replay again. And Mike Dana, who the Chiefs kept, I thought he was going to be lost in free agency. He's the one who actually got the okay, that makes a lot of sense. So it was Mike Dana. I always call him Hannah, but it's Mike Dana, and then Terrence Morton came in, finished it off. So first and 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals at their 32-yard line. Joe Burrow's under center here. He's going to hand it off to Chase Brown, who returned the kick. He bounces to the outside, was stopped at the line of scrimmage, and then just bounced to the right side, gets a nice gain of 5 here. I don't know why I didn't get that, Denver Gator. I don't know why I didn't get that. They're going to actually give him 6 on that. Denver Gator, as you know, as a long time fan of my show, you know that I am only good looking with great hair. I'm not the smartest in the bunch. Cards win. Second and 4 here at the 34. Joe Burrow, shotgun formation here. He's got time here. He's going to dump it off to Zach Moss. Zach Moss shreds the tackle. It's out to the 45 midfield, stays in bounds, and gets to the Kansas City Chief 49. Great play by Zach Moss as he was stopped behind the line of scrimmage by Chiefs linebacker Drew Tranquill, shoved it off, and got squirted forward for a nice gain here as they invade the enemy territory here. So the Bengals, even though they give up a score here to the Chiefs defense, they come right back and are already past midfield. They're already in enemy territory. Joe Burrow, great game, by the way, 17 out of 29, 213, 2 touchdowns. First and 10 at the Kansas City Chief 49-yard line here. It's going to be another handoff to Zach Moss. He just goes right up the middle, only gets 2 this time. FAU, the Chiefs' first-round pick from last year, it's his first tackle of the game. He gets on the stat sheet here. They're going to give him 7 here. Zach Moss, 10 carries, 29 yards. Even though this drive's been a really good job by the Cincinnati Bengals, I want to emphasize that the Chiefs' defensive line is just wreaking havoc on the Bengals' offensive line. If it wasn't for 3 turnovers, this could very easily be a blowout. But great job by the Cincinnati Bengals taking advantage of the opportunities. Burrow's in shotgun formation. Jamar Chase goes to the top of the screen, joining Gesicki here. 2 wide receivers to the bottom. Chase Brown's going to it's still Zach Moss. A little throw to Jamar Chase. You got to cover that guy. Jamar Chase, nice first down here as he gets to the Kansas City Chief 31-yard line. So that it's a long field goal. It's a long field goal, but they're already in field goal range here. Nice 15-yard completion, catch and run by Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase playing like the $140 million receiver that he wants to be, even though he turned down $140 million. But Jamar Chase, very nice play there. Only 31 yards receiving, but has had an impact on this game. Shotgun formation, Joe Burrow is adjusting the route. Looks like he's calling an audible here. Moose Chase Brown to the left, to the right here. Play clock goes under 3. Joe Burrow gets a snap here. Joe Burrow's back to pass, gets some pressure. There's a flag in the backfield. More than likely, that's holding. Joe Burrow trying to fight for an extra yard, but that's very unnecessary. One thing I want to say is that you can dislike a lot of things about Joe Burrow. You cannot call him soft. That is one tough SOB. He's taking a lot of punishment. And Orlando Brown Jr., the former Chief, gets called for holding here. They're going to move it back 10 yards, so it's going to be first and 20 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. And great job here, because what they did is that the Chiefs read this screenplay perfectly, and then Joe Burrow, when the play broke down, tried to scramble here. Don't take that punishment, Joe Burrow. Please don't. But kudos. What a tough son of a gun. Shotgun snap for Burrow here, first and 20 here. Gets out Gesicki fast. Gesicki hurdles over McDuffie and somersaults his way to the 35-yard line, a gain of 8. It's still going to be 2nd and 12 here. Nice job by Gesicki trying to get an extra yard by hurdling over Trent McDuffie here. Somersaults and lands on the 35. Nice job by Gesicki trying to fight for an extra yard here. Give a lot of credit and toughness to the Cincinnati Bengals here, showing a lot of resilience. Nice throw by Burrow, just catch and throw, released the ball before Gesicki even got out of the cut here. Trips, or actually it's a gain of 9 here, and they're going to give the ball on the 35-yard line here. Moving Zach Moss over to the right here, trying to get the play off here. Joe Burrow, shotgun formation. Chiefs bring a blitz here. He gets it off to Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase gets a gain of 5. Chase is yelling at the referee here. He thinks that it was a flag here. And Joe Burrow wisely hugs Jamar Chase. But no, Jamar Chase went too far. This is going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Jamar Chase is blowing up at the official. He's still jawing. Joe Burrow is actually pushing Jamar Chase backwards. Jamar Chase is yelling at Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is pleading with him. It's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against. Listen, you cannot go after an official the way that Jamar Chase did. I don't know if he had a legitimate beef or not, but Jamar Chase just cost his team 15 yards. Now, they're not showing what happened, but he was livid after that play, kept on going up to the official, walked back up to him again. The referee, Joe Burrow, hugs him, and then he went back to him a third time after. Kudos to Joe Burrow, by the way, showing leadership and toughness, trying to get his trying to get the playmaking teammate back. Cost them 15. It's going to be 3rd and 22 at the Kansas City Chiefs 45-yard line. Burrow in shotgun formation here. 2 receivers to the top of the screen. 1 receiver and Gesicki to the bottom. Quick throw to Gesicki. Gesicki is going power forward to the 35-yard line as the penalty takes any opportunity of getting a first down and trying to get into the end zone off the table. But thanks to Joe Burrow and Gesicki getting that 10-yard completion, you're putting McPherson in a position for a nice field goal. This is a long field goal, but the weather conditions very nice at Arrowhead today. Evan McPherson's already made 3 field goals. This is well within his range, even though it will be the longest field goal of the day. It's 53 yards from McPherson here. If he makes this, and Jamar Chase is still livid on the sidelines. I'm not really sure what happened. McDuffie took him down. And the kick is up from McPherson. It looks like it's up, and it is good. The Bengals are going to take a 25-23 lead. And Zach Taylor, the head coach, is trying to console Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is still livid. I mean, he is just going off on the sideline. He throws his helmet down in frustration. They're not showing what went on between Trent McDuffie and Jamar Chase. I'm assuming that what happened is, from the way that he was pulled down, I think what happened is that Trent McDuffie got his face mask, pulled him down, and Jamar Chase wanted to call. I'm assuming that McDuffie got away with a face mask, and that's the reason why Jamar Chase blew up. I'm guessing here. I don't know that for a fact. But as we go to a commercial break, the Bengals have taken the lead 25-23. Folks, we got a wild one. Are you entertained? Are you entertained? What a great game! Please let my Chiefs win this one. Please let this Chiefs win this one. Cards win big. I still believe in no, he's got to learn. Peyton not really calling a good game. Is it fair to be a little worried? Absolutely. I've been saying this for a while, Andre, that I think this is going to be Kelsey's last year. I know he signed a 2-year, it was like a 2-year, $35 million extension. The Chiefs want to make sure that he's compensated for his, Hall of Fame career in Kansas City, but he'll be 35 in a couple weeks. Me and Travis Kelce share a birthday, so I know exactly when his birthday is. He'll be 35 soon, and he's very clearly slowed down. He's still going to have a few good games, but he's not the same dude. You look, when you play in the NFL for 11 years, And by the way, look how many extra playoff games he played in. I mean, the Chiefs played in 4 playoff games last year. Most NFL teams play 17 games. Chiefs played 21. The Chiefs played 21 games, and that just takes additional wear and tear off of you. So yeah. Depending on what your lineup is, you may want to put him on the bench for a while. I wouldn't cut him completely, but you may be able, in your league, if you have a Chiefs fan, you may be able to get Kelsey for some really good value. But yeah, you should be worried. That's fair. Yeah, you're right. He is doing a hell of a job. I don't know what happened. Manning had a bad rookie. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't catch that. Steelers 10, Denver 3. Chiefs are going to take the ball in the end zone here with 9:28 left in the fourth quarter. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at the 30-yard line. They're now showing this play and see what happened here. And okay, so it was a clean tackle. Nothing happened. I don't get it. I don't get why Chase is mad. I really don't. After watching the play, nothing dirty happened. They're going to give the ball to Pacheco. Pacheco is going to power forward for a gain of 4. And I can't emphasize this enough. Even the Bengals come away with a win. The Kansas City Chiefs offensive and defensive lines are clearly dominating this game. If the Chiefs don't have these turnovers, Chiefs could be up by a couple scores. Burrow is very clearly outplaying Mahomes today, but Mahomes may still get the win. 2nd and 6 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Kansas City Chiefs, Mahomes back to pass, and he's sacked. Trey Hendrickson, sack number 2 for the day here. He goes right around rookie left tackle Kingsley Sayamatea, and the name I am butchering. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs, and this is just Trey Hendrickson. This is just a really great effort play. Goes to the outside, converts speed to power perfectly. Gets the rookie left tackle off his feet and goes right inside. Great job by Trey Hendrickson getting the 2nd sack of the day. Trips at the bottom of the formation, Kelsey to the top. A very key 3rd down for the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. Patrick Mahomes is going to scramble around here. It's going to be a hold. Kingsley Sayamatea is going to be called for a hold. And it's a damn shame because Travis Kelce gets all the way down inside the 30, but this is coming back. I can see this all the way here. Taylor Swift jumping up and down, but it's going to be all for naught. This is going to be a holding call against Kansas City Chiefs. I believe Kingsley Sayamatea he's called for the hold. This is obvious here. Unfortunately, Sheldon Rankings is down here for the Cincinnati Bengals. This is a huge loss here. 7:59 left in the fourth quarter. Folks, we got a good one. Bengals 25, Chiefs 23. They're going to go to commercial break as they take a look at Sheldon Rankings here. This, by the way, I'm going to level with you. Even though it's third, it's going to be 3rd and 20. Don't be surprised if, even though they may be in their own territory, if the Chiefs get about 12 to 18 yards on 3rd down, if the Kansas City Chiefs go for it on 4th down. Don't be surprised one bit. Steelers 10, Denver 3. Oh, by the way, I haven't said how much Levis is a total joke at quarterback. What a joke. By the way, for those of you that don't know, Denver Gator is a huge Will Levis fan. Loved him at Kentucky, loves him at Tennessee. Denver Gator actually puts mayonnaise in his coffee to honor his hero, Will Levis. By the way, mayonnaise in your coffee is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard of. Will Levis quit doing that. Titans will be picking top 10 in the draft. I could see them picking. I've been saying this for a long time. The Titans were my pick preseason to have the number 1 pick in the draft. And I think that they will go quarterback. We'll have to take a look at some of the quarterback prospects during draft time. But yeah, no word. I don't have any word yet. We're going to keep track on that for Afternoon Delight. After Afternoon Delight, we're going to go ahead and talk about it. Yeah. That kind of pride and hubris is unnecessary and foolish. Yeah, I agree completely, Denver Gator. I didn't see. I thought originally that he was face masked, but there was nothing wrong. Trent, there was nothing wrong. No, I'm not saying this. I mean, I am a Chiefs fan, but I didn't see anything wrong. I don't understand why Chase lost his cool that way. Today, oh God, I don't know. I don't know. Yesterday, South Carolina had a 101-yard pick six called back to the defensive guy, pushed the quarterback in his own area. Said, "Oh God, I'm gonna let you know right now. LSU should be in a little bit of trouble. Little slip screen here to Rashee Rice. He's going to bounce forward here, but he stopped well short of the first down. He's going to get 10. A little pushing and shoving here from the Chiefs and the Bengals here. What I kind of like this call here, you get Rashee Rice in the open field, be quickly tackled by the Bengals. Great job by Bengals linebacker Logan Wilson here. Just Logan Wilson, excellent linebacker, really underrated player here. I think he tried to do a little bit of a flop here. So fourth down here, the Kansas City Chiefs, Matt Ariza is going to be out for a punt here as we go. Chiefs are going to punt the ball with about 7 minutes left in the game. Bengals are up by 2 here. Hopefully Ariza gets a nice punt here. Trent Irwin's going to go way, way, way back, catch the ball at the 8. He's going to go out to the 10. He's going to break a tackle. He's down at the 15-yard line here. Great punt by Matt Ariza, pins the Bengals back with 6:57 left in the game. Bengals are up by 2. We're going to go to a commercial break here. Yeah, I mean, LSU, I watched LSU USC. I thought LSU had more talent. I'll be honest, I thought USC just outplayed them. They got some questionable calls kind of going their way to games in Vegas. For those of you who don't know, Vegas is not that far away from LA. Possibility of some hometown calls, but you come back, you enter SEC play, and you barely beat a South Carolina team that's not ranked. So, and I didn't know about the 101-yard pick six. Steelers get. I can't wait I can't wait to see that. I can't wait. After the So here's the deal. After this game, I'm gonna watch Sunday Night Football. After Sunday Night Football is over, I'll probably check out some highlights. I may or may not go through the red zone. I haven't really decided, but I can't wait to watch Steelers in Denver because I want to kind of find out about Justin Fields. I'm guessing 10 points in 3 quarters isn't enough to earn that starting job, but I also really felt that Denver's defense was a little underrated. They didn't play well week 1, but you're holding the Steelers to 10 points right now. That's not bad. Slasher. I hope so. He is. F the Bengals. Pat Hall. Yes. Hopefully can see control. Yeah. Bet. Yeah. He's had a rough game. Ramondre has shocked me to start. I've been saying this for a while. The only issue with Ramondre Stevenson staying healthy, when you're a 245-pound, 250-pound running back and you're 6'2", that height and length, it's a lot of punishment, man. It's a lot of punishment. It really is. He had some issues staying healthy last year, but when he's healthy, if you're a fantasy football fan, he's a number 1 legit running back. I think he's a really, really, really good player. I mean, he's a really, really, really good player. Back to action here. It's 1st and 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals at their own 16-yard line. Old school I formation here. Joe Burrow motioning for, I believe that's Ali Jr. to go from fullback to the tight end here. Looks like Burrow's changing the play action pass here. It's going to be a little screenplay to Ali Jr. He's going to power forward for a gain of 5. I want to give, I'm calling him Ali. It's all Jr. he's a third string tight end. Is we've seen a lot of 13 personnel from the Cincinnati Bengals. I have to admit, I don't know how much 13 personnel they played against New England, but I really like the way they've been using that personnel. You don't have your number two receiver. Your number one receiver's been in and out of camp, using 3 tight ends. Great job by the Bengals. 2nd and 5 here for Joe Burrow and Cincinnati Bengals here. Looks like they're lining up 2 tight ends, 2 receiver here. It's going to be Zach Moss to the outside. He's tackled quickly by Drew Tranquill. I think he gets about a half a yard. So we got a very key 3rd down as we go under 6 minutes left in the game. The Bengals with only a 2-point lead. Harrison Butker, one of the best kickers in the National Football League. They're calling it 3rd and 5, but I don't care what they're saying. It's 3rd and 4. Big key 3rd down as they tried to get a few yards of Zach Moss on the outside here. Tackled quickly by Drew Tranquill, signed a nice 3-year extension with the Kansas City Chiefs here. Joe Burrow, by the way, is having a fantastic game, taking a lot of punishment, deserves a lot of credit, moving Irwin to the bottom to join Chase here. Joe Burrow back to pass here, hits Mike Gesicki for a 1st down. Very nice out route by Mike Gesicki here. Very nice play here. Justin Reed was all over him. Phenomenal throw by Joe Burrow. This was just a beautiful throw. Nice catch here. Mike Gesicki had that drop earlier. No question it's a 1st down here. They're looking at it on replay here, but it's very clear that Mike Gesicki got a 1st down here. Great job by Gesicki here. 1st and 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals on the 26-yard line. Chase Brown's going to enter the game here. He's going to get the handoff. He goes right up the middle. Big hole in the Chiefs defense here. Chase Brown gets a gain of 12 yards and another Cincinnati Bengals 1st down. Just as important as getting yards and extending the 2-point lead is eating the clock as we go under 5 minutes here. And clock now becomes a Chiefs enemy. One good thing about this is that the Kansas City Chiefs have all 3 timeouts. All 3 timeouts as the Cincinnati Bengals are going to try to utilize as much of the clock as they can. They're going to snap this with about 4:15, 4:20 left. Great job by the Cincinnati Bengals on that last play, utilizing the running game, which has been stuffed. Zach Moss is going to get the carry here. He's going to power forward, but only get 2 here. Actually, he keeps fighting and gets an additional 2 yards here. It looked like he was stopped originally at the 40-yard line, powers forward, and is going to be marked down at the 42. So this is huge. It may not sound like it's that big of a deal. There's a big difference between 2nd and 8 and 2nd and 6. And it's 2nd and 6. That was a great run. Even though it's not going to look like much on the stat sheet, that was a great run by Zach Moss. Great job by the Bengals offensive coordinator and Zach Taylor utilizing both running backs this drive here. 2nd and 6 for the Cincinnati Bengals as they go inside 3:30. The clock is the Chiefs' enemy. Joe Burrow back to pass here, throws the ball off the hands of Igzozavis, and I'm butchering that name. I am so sorry, young man. You've had 2 touchdowns. You deserve better. Great game by you so far, but he drops. It's a little high, but I'm going to level with you. If you're in the NFL and you get 2 hands on the ball, you got to catch that. That's a big drop. 3rd and 6 here, 3:27 left in the game. This has been a great game, folks. Cincinnati Bengals are up by 2. Key 3rd down here. We're going to go to, he's motioning for, they got, I think it's Cam Sample back there. Chiefs are going to bring a blitz. And he sacked Jamari Conner, who scored that touchdown. He gets a sack. It's going to be Chiefs ball. The Chiefs are going to get another opportunity. We're going to see if Patrick Mahomes can exercise some of that Mahomes magic. Big sack. Jamari Conner saying, hello, NFL. Here I am. Has a touchdown. Came in. It was a double safety blitz here. Great job by the Kansas City Chiefs and Steve Spagnuolo, the Chiefs defensive coordinator. Big time play on 3rd down. By the way, Matt Ariza had a great punt. Let's see if the Bengals punter can go ahead and flip the field here, because the Chiefs don't want to give Patrick Mahomes. Keep in mind, Harrison Butker is an excellent kicker. Punt is up. Away here, it's going to be caught at the 15 by Miracle Hardman. He's going to go up here. He's going to get to the 20. He's going to go out at the 25-yard line. So with 2:35 left in the game, Kansas City has all 3 timeouts. close game. What else could you want? Bengals, Chiefs down by 2:35 left. Listen, if you're a Chiefs fan, what else? This is a perfect situation. This really is a perfect situation. You have all three timeouts. 2:35 left. Your offensive line has been playing really, really, really well. So let's see what happens here. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation, Isaiah Pacheco to his right here. They're just going to run the ball. No hurry here. You don't really need to. And the Chiefs offensive line pushing Pacheco past the 30-yard line here. So it's a gain of 5. And I fully expect the Kansas City Chiefs just to let this go down to the 2-minute warning. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to line up, but I really don't think they're going to run a play here. It's going to be a 2-10 here. The Chiefs are lined up here. They could run another play. Chiefs get the ball snapped at 2-10. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. Rashee Rice, he's going to go back inbounds. Keep in mind, 2-minute warning is going to stop right here. Gets a nice 7-yard gain here. So nice play by Rashee. I'm sorry, it's a 12-yard gain, so they get the ball out to the 42-yard line. That's a 2-minute warning. Is here. Chiefs 1st and 10, 58 yards away from the end zone. Folks, what else could you want? Stevenson, yeah, if he's healthy, if you do fantasy football, you absolutely have to start Stevenson. I recommended somebody who has CMC to take a look at Antonio Gibson. I know that he had a little more touches than he did last week. I don't know the numbers that he put up. I have to take a look at some other running backs in his fantasy league. But if Ramondre Stevenson's healthy, if you do fantasy football and you have him, he's a running back one. He really is. Big play from Knicks in Denver. I can't wait to see that. 13-3 Steelers over Broncos. By the way, if Pittsburgh holds Denver to 3, you really got to start legitimately being scared here, because the Steelers held Atlanta to 10, Denver to 3. I mean, early on, this looks like the old days of the Steel Curtain. And I know TJ Watt had a dominant. You may look at the stats and just be like, but it's much better. 13-6 now. All right. The Chiefs, Matt Ariza, was an interesting story. I think he was a 2nd or 3rd round pick by the Buffalo Bills, was falsely accused of grape. For those of you that don't know, grape is what we're going to say when we talk about issues like this due to YouTube algorithm. Grape with a G, take away the G. And that's what Matt Ariza was accused of. The Bills had to go ahead and release him. When it went to trial, it was realized that she lied about everything. The Chiefs brought him in, rookie minimum free agent deal. Tommy Townsend was a very good punter for the Chiefs, signed in free agency with the Houston Texans. Houston Texans get a great punter, an experienced punter, won a couple Super Bowls with Kansas City. And Matt Ariza gets a second chance in the NFL after a horrible situation for what he had to go through. Now, keep in mind, if he was guilty, I'm all for him never playing in the NFL again. This was a false grape situation. So 1st and 10 here for the Kansas City Chiefs here on their own 41-yard line. Chiefs have all 3 timeouts, two minutes left here. The Chiefs tried to catch the Bengals napping here as they go up the middle, but the Bengals are ready for it. A gain of 0, but just going to waste some clock here. Isaiah Pacheco is going to limp off the field here. 19 carries, 90 yards here. Samurai P. Ryan, free agent acquisition, former Denver Bronco, former Cincinnati Bengals, going to come in here. Trips at the bottom of formation here. Rashee Rice on top here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. He wants to go deep, but he's just going to throw this one away here. It looks like he wanted to take a shot deep. And looks like you wanted to take a shot deep, and when it wasn't there, just threw it away. Patrick Mahomes, not a good game. 17 out 23, 143, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So, and Isaiah Pacheco, they're showing the replay. That's a vicious hit. One thing about Pacheco is he runs so hard, but he takes a lot of punishment, misses a lot of games here. It's going to be trips at the bottom here. Rashee Rice to the top here. 3rd and 9 for the Kansas City Chiefs. A quick little screen pass to P. Ryan, but he goes down after only a gain of 3 here. Nice play by Joseph Asai. And I think the Kansas City Chiefs, I thought they were going to call timeout, but on 4th and 6, they're in no hurry. The Chiefs are going to go ahead. They realize what the Chiefs are doing is a little unusual, but I understand the logic because they have 3 timeouts. If they fail on 4th down, they can still get the ball back. 4th and 6 here for the Kansas City Chiefs as we go under 1 minute. Biggest play of the game here. Patrick Mahomes has trips, and Cincinnati Bengals are going to use their 2nd timeout here. It's 4th and 6 here for the Kansas City Chiefs. Only 52 seconds. If you're watching this game and you're wondering why the Kansas City Chiefs didn't use a timeout, it's because they on 4th down, if they don't complete it, they can use their 3 timeouts and still get the ball back. Go back to the 13-second play that forced overtime in the AFC divisional round a couple years ago. You can realize the Chiefs don't need a lot of time. But on it's 4th and 6, only 53 seconds remaining. Keep in mind the clock really isn't that big of a factor because you have Harrison Butker. He's one of the best kickers in the National Football League. 55 yards is not a tough situation here. You really basically only need about 12 yards. 4th and 6 for the Chiefs here. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. There's a flag on the play. Normally this flag is the spot where you have holding. And Patrick Mahomes, from his facial expression, this is going to be a hold. This is going to come back. By the way, if this hold didn't happen, this would have been first and 10 at the 32-yard line, which would mean about 50-yard field goal. Wanda Morris is in the game here for Kingsley Siamatea, and Wanda Morris, illegal hands to the face. They call it every time. You know, you put your hand in the face mask. Henderson took a shot at Wanda Morris, but I don't have too much of a problem with that. They're just playing football. However, 4th and 16 is really, really tough to convert. And kudos to the Cincinnati Bengals, who were beaten on both the offensive and defensive lines. Just great performance. Patrick Mahomes, empty formation here. Trips to the bottom, 2 to the top here. I believe it's going to be a timeout by Cincinnati. Cincinnati's going to call their final timeout here. So no timeouts left for the Cincinnati Bengals. It's kind of funny. They're showing Trey Hendrickson. He looks a little confused on why they called a timeout, but I think it's a great timeout here at Cincinnati Bengals. You really don't need any. 48 seconds left in the game. Keep in mind, if the Chiefs don't convert, here, the game isn't over because you still got all 3 timeouts. I want to give a lot of credit, though, to the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow, though. What a great game they played. 4th and 16, empty formation for Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. They're only bringing 3 here, but he's still getting some pressure. Great job by Trey Hendrickson. Patrick Mahomes throws the ball sidearmed, and it's going to be hit. It's going to bounce, and there's a flag. There is a flag in the secondary. The flag comes a little late, but the flag does come, and the flag is going to come. They're showing Zach Taylor. He's trying to get his players to calm down. This is going to be against the Cincinnati Bengals. There was some contact. I didn't think a flag would be called, but they are going to call this against the Cincinnati Bengals. It's going to be 1st down for the Kansas City Chiefs here. We're going to take a look at this, and what happened is I can't tell who that was. It was Anthony for the Bengals. Hits Rashee Rice a little early. It's pass interference against the Cincinnati Bengals. Andre says there's only, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a Chiefs fan. They don't call this very often. I would not have a problem if no flag was called. And the reason why, the defensive back has every right to go for the ball, just like the receiver does. Both hands are in the air. This is a very questionable call. This is an extremely questionable call. Genoa Baldres, LOMFO. The 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs, 38 seconds left to go. There's still a ball game, folks. We still have 36 seconds left. Patrick Mahomes is going to go back to pass. He's going to scramble. He's going to scramble and throw the ball out of bounds. 32 seconds left. 2nd and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Folks, I'm not going to lie to you. This is a very questionable call. I don't agree with it. I'll be honest. I think it's a bad call. I really do. I think the Chiefs are getting a big gift. Funk, it's incidental contact. Here's the rule: the defensive back has every right to go for back to the game here. It's 2nd and 10 here. We still got a ball game. 2nd and 10 here. Patrick Mahomes is going to take the handoff. He's going to hand it off to Carson Steele, who fumbled earlier. He's going to take the handoff here. And what Kansas City is going to do is Kansas City's just going to line up and go for a field goal. There's no timeout left by the Cincinnati Bengals. Kansas City Chiefs are taking a timeout with 17 seconds left. It's 3rd and 8. And what they're doing is they've reached out to Butker. They say, hey, where do you feel most comfortable getting the ball? And Carson, the man of steel, he had that fumble earlier. Steelers win. Genoa Bolandres, LOMFO, Kansas City sells the rest of their play. I'll be honest, I think it's a bad call. If you're a defensive back, you have every right to that ball, just like the receiver does. It's not a good flag. I mean, I'm a Chiefs fan. I obviously want the Chiefs to win. I'm going to celebrate. So the way this looks like we're going to see is it's going to be a handoff here. Carson Steele's going to power forward. He's going to get a few yards, and we're going to line up for a field goal. So we're going to come down to a field goal here. Chiefs going to let this go down to, I'm going to assume they're going to call timeout with 3 seconds left. And that's exactly what happened here. We have a timeout with 3 seconds left. Ball game comes to a field goal. I'm going to tell you something. It was I don't agree with the call. I think Chiefs got the gift. I'm going to celebrate and party. A buddy of mine sent me a thing about the refs and the Chiefs. You know, a lot of those things are going around. But I'm going to celebrate and party if the Chiefs win. And I'm going to give the Bengals a lot of credit. This was a great game and a great effort by the Cincinnati Bengals. Harrison Butker's lining up for a game-winning 51-yard field goal. Please make it. 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 Kick is down. Snaps good. This kicks up. It's good. It's good. Chiefs. Yes. Chiefs. Yes. All right. Chiefs 26. Oh, God. My blood pressure is out. Joe Burrow looks pissed. He has every right to be pissed. I want to say something. After the game, Andy Reid and Zach Taylor shaking hands. Zach Taylor showing a ton of class. Cincinnati Bengals are 0-2, but give them a lot of credit. Give credit to Joe Burrow. I was not happy with Lamar Jackson just running off the field last year. This is why you make Harrison Butker the highest paid kicker in the National Football League. Funk, both the defensive back and the receiver have a right to go for the ball. It didn't look like a flag to me. Burrow is very visibly pissed, but one thing I want to say is that he came over and shook hands with people. Something I saw Lamar Jackson just running off the field last week. Give a lot of credit. I want to tell you something. The Cincinnati Bengals lost the battle on the offensive line and defensive line. Joe Burrow very easily outplayed Patrick Mahomes. This is a lot of toughness and a lot of grit. Kudos to the Cincinnati Bengals. And look, let's be honest. I think it was a bad call. But I'm going to take a Chiefs win. Chiefs should be celebrating. They have every right to be happy. If you're a Bengals fan or a Bengals player and you're mad, I get it. You shouldn't be hanging your head at all. It was a great game. My heart's still racing. I don't know why I'm going to drink an energy drink, but I am going to drink an energy drink. I want to go on record. I don't agree with the call, but I'm going to take the win. So tomorrow I will be doing Afternoon Delight. I'm very lucky. I have a special guest, KTS. I'm going to start calling him that. Keaton Talk Sports is going to be joining the show. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Folks, if you want to come in and you want to tell me about how the Bengals got screwed, I will listen to that all day long. You have a legitimate gripe. I get it. Jinwall Bolandries, and I'm butchering that name. I'm so sorry. Steelers win. That defense is for real. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. We're going to talk about how good that Steelers defense is. If you want to say it's a rookie quarterback, well, what about Kirk Cousins, who's 36, whether he came off an injury or not? But we'll see. We'll see about Atlanta. I mean, we have a really good Sunday night game, and we have a great Monday night game. I'm excited to see the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears. And I'm also excited about Monday Night Football. I mean, Atlanta and Philly. Let's see if Atlanta's offense can get turned around. And Philly put up 34 against what looks like a pretty good Packer defense. Saquon Barkley can put his stamp on an MVP award if he has a really good game. I mean, you have to call Saquon Barkley. I mean, over 100 yards rushing, 3 total touchdowns. He's an MVP candidate. So I'm pretty excited about that. GW, yeah, man. I mean, this is. I'll be honest. I was really hoping the Chiefs would win by a couple scores, and I could just kind of relax and take things easy. But no, we got last second field goal, very questionable call. Very questionable call. So Carson, the man of steel. I gotta start calling him that. Not only am I gonna start calling him that, I'm gonna say I did it. I made that name. No, Barry, I'm gonna give you all the credit in the world. Folks, you didn't get a chance to see it. You missed a good one. Final second win, 26-25. 26-25. Chiefs win on last second field goal. If you're a Bengals fan, you're going to blame the refs, and I get it. GW. No, it wasn't early contact. It wasn't early contact at all. What it is that the defensive back has every right. The defensive back has every right as the wide receiver to go for a ball. If the ball's in the air, the defensive back has every right to go for it. If the defensive back's hands were down like this, I would say it was early contact, but his hands are up. He was going for the ball. He's got every right to go for the ball, just like the wide receiver. I would not have a problem if no flag was called. Is it a bad flag? I think so. I do. Defensive back, that defensive back did nothing wrong. It's football play, but yeah. Kansas City's, Kansas City. One thing about the Chiefs is that the Chiefs are used to playing in. Excuse me. Listen, the Chiefs are used to playing in tough games. I have to make sure the sound's off here as I'm going to Football Night in America. I'm going to look at the highlights as I talk to you guys. The Chiefs are used to playing in tough games. I mean, listen, if you want to beat the Chiefs, you got to beat the Chiefs. If you want to say you got to beat the Chiefs and the refs, fine. Bottom line, you're not gonna you can't just hope that things go your way to beat Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes not having a good start to the season, but listen, you want to go against Patrick Mahomes, you can, but be careful, because I mean, Patrick Mahomes, it's Patrick Mahomes, so. I didn't realize this because I missed a lot of the game, but apparently Jets and Titans went down to the final play of the game, and Will Levis made a very questionable decision. Don't say anything negative about Will Levis, the Denver Gator. KTS, I hope that we can talk about this in some detail tomorrow. Dan, which team is in more trouble, Ravens or Bengals? I think it's very clearly the Ravens, and I'll tell you why. You're at home. You were at one point before the game started. It was a 9-point game, but a 9-point line, but it wasn't 9.5 when I did my video. I thought the Ravens would win and cover. I expected a double-digit win. Here's the deal: you're at home. I'm by the way, you can pat the Raiders on the back and do this, that, and the other. I have no faith in the Raiders really being that good of a team. I think they're in hover around 500 this year. I don't think that they're really a good team. You came out flat after losing a game, and then you did a lot of trash talk afterwards. Keep in mind, on the defensive side of the ball, you lost a Pro Bowl linebacker, Patrick Queen. You lost Geno Stone, who had 7 interceptions, who led the team. Javion Clowney, you brought him in because David Ojabo and Adoe Alpha weren't really getting it done. And so you bring in Javion Clowney, and I think Javion Clowney had a phenomenal year last year. I've been watching Javion Clowney. You always see wow plays, but Javion Clowney looked allergic to stopping the run, and I was like, "How's he going to respond in Baltimore?" Because you're in that. Because when he was with Cleveland, that was one thing that the Browns were public about, is that you didn't want to stop the run. And then he said, well, I only want to play on third down because I'm injured. And that to me, it sounded like a bunch of bullshit. But he comes to Baltimore last year, and he was stuffing the run. He was getting at, forget 9.5 sacks. I mean, he was always in the backfield. But Javion Clowney played a great season last year for the Baltimore Ravens. Patrick Queen was a Pro Bowl linebacker. Geno Stone, 7 interceptions. Did that lead the NFL? You lost a stud on every single layer of your defense. Now, they do a great job drafting. They do a pretty good job in free agency. But Anthony Weaver, your defensive line coach, is now the DC in Miami. Your defensive coordinator is now the head coach in Seattle. Remember, I talked about this in detail because people are talking about Aaron Rodgers not participating in training camp. I said, "Oh, that's not a big deal." It looks like a big deal now. I thought Lamar Jackson wasn't in mini camp, and he said that he wasn't reporting because he was trying to get a new contract, and then the Ravens give him a new contract, and what happens? He still didn't want to report. You got some new players. You have a relatively new system, and you don't want to report, and you lose a close game to a team that you're supposed to beat. The Bengals have been 0-2. This is the third consecutive year. This is not new for the Bengals. The Bengals start 0-2 all the time. And by the way, when you're 0-2, your odds of making the playoffs drop tremendously. But the Cincinnati Bengals have overcome this. The Ravens were 13-4 last year and lost to 2 AFC teams, one at home, one on the road. And while the Chiefs are a solid team, the Raiders are not. Don't buy. By the way, like I'm here in Vegas, and there's a lot of hype about the Raiders, and there's going to be a lot of hype this week about the Raiders being right up there with Kansas City. No. No. I think this is very clearly the Baltimore Ravens, because you have a defense that isn't good. I have to look at that game, but I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that you're not using Derrick Henry right. And look, whether it's right or wrong, the quarterback deserves some responsibility. So, I mean, I'm just going to say, I think it's very clearly the Ravens. But when you start 0-2, it's hard to overcome. But I have a lot more confidence in the Bengals getting things. And I don't know. I didn't watch that Ravens Bengals game, I didn't watch that Ravens Raiders game, but I have that game on DVR. I probably will watch it. Because if it's a situation, because I can, if I'm a Bengals fan, I'm a Bengals player, if I'm the Bengals players in the locker room right now, I'm probably going, look, this is a bad call. We outplayed these guys, and we didn't even play our best game. We have some guys that are injured. They don't. But let's just regroup next week. The Ravens, I don't know what you say. I think so. Perry, good point, but I say Ravens, they have a tougher. Yeah, they do. I can't believe the Vikings. I was a little adamant that might be a close game, and I was telling people I advised, before you go all in on Jordan Mason, who had a good game, and so you have Mason on your fantasy football team, you're in good shape. But the one thing I did say was that the Vikings are pretty tough at home, and the defense is solid. I don't know what happened, because I was watching the red zone and the 49ers were inside the 5. Next thing I know, Justin Jefferson has a 97-yard touchdown. So I don't know what happened there. I kind of want to find out what happened. I'll have to go play by play, but I was adamant. I didn't think the 49ers were that good. I thought the Rams were, but the Rams are now looking at 0-2, and that was embarrassing. I mean, that NFC West is very interesting. Seattle's 2-0. This is already a great season. We're only 2 weeks in. I'm losing my voice. I don't care. I'm still going to talk as long as I can. I'm going to drink an energy drink. I got a couple things, a bottle of water. I don't care. You're right. They did. I forgot. Here's the deal. If I remember right, they beat them when Trent Williams wasn't there, so I'm not counting that. But, yeah. Even though I'm having some problems here, I'm going to power through this here. Saints look good. I think they could surprise this season. Absolutely. Very impressive looking. Very impressive looking. A lot of move rigged. I get it. I get it. You know what's going to happen on Chiefs game at PI on the defensive hold on the opponent rigged NFL. You're not alone. I thought it was a bad call. Panthers picking 1, New York 2, Titans 3 in the draft. Right now it looks that way. Panthers look bad. I mean, you have a former offensive coordinator who took talented players with 1, 2, and 4. Yeah, I get it. How do you stop the league and the refs? This is the KC. Oh my God, Pete from Pete Stakes. big fan of big fan of Pete Stakes. He has a really good Dolphins YouTube channel. Pete, can you relay to all of the people in Miami and all the I think you coined the term Tuaneers. Please tell Tua to retire. I've seen a lot of players that once you get multiple concussions, it's just look, when you have one concussion, you're more likely to have the second one. Once you have two, you're more likely to have three. Once you have three, you're more likely to have four. Tell Tua to step down. Big fan of Pete's with Pete Stakes. Just FYI, I've never been invited on your show, Pete. But yeah. Man, wow. Dude, what a beautiful game. But man, Taylor Swift knows how to bring those flags. I love it. Yeah. Perry, it's looking like, yeah, in that order. Yeah, I mean, we still got plenty of time left. Colby Spears says rigged. I get it. Colby, I get it. I think it was a bad call. I mean, I'm taking the win, but I mean, it's a bad call. I think that defense has got to get better. You know, you got a couple number one. You got now keep in mind Ebson Egabon, butchering that name, had 9.5 sacks last year. He was out, but Latu, who was the first defensive player chosen in the draft, he was 15th overall pick. They're talking about comparing him to TJ Watt. You got Kwity Paye, a former first round pick. I loved coming out of Michigan. You got DeForest Buckner. Remember, you traded, I think it was the 12th overall pick. I mean, you invested a lot of draft capital in that defensive line. You can't be giving up over 200 yards rushing every single game. I thought you had some good linebackers. You got to fix some stuff. And you don't mess with Mahomes, man. But Burrow outplayed him. Give a lot of credit to Joe Burrow. I mean, I don't think there's any debate. You know, Keaton asked who's in more trouble, Bengals or the Ravens. Which quarterback would you rather have, Burrow or Lamar Jackson? I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer, but everyone agrees Titans are bottom 5, right? How bad are the Jets? Barely beat the Titans at the last minute. Jets are going to be very disappointing this year. They're not good at all right now. I was really high on the Jets, but that defense doesn't look the same. I mean, last year, I thought the Jets defense might have been the best defense in football. They have studs on all three levels. You have Sauce Gardner, maybe the best corner in football. They have a couple of studs at linebacker. That defensive line talent. Denver Gator, you know how high I was on Jermaine Johnson, former Georgia Bulldog, played his final year at Florida State. And you know why he transferred to Florida State? Is he just wanted to play more. He's like, hey, you know, Georgia rotates their guys. I can be an every down player. Was ACC Defensive Player of the Year. I thought instead of McDuffie, the Chiefs are going to draft Jermaine Johnson. I was texting people like Chiefs are going to get Jermaine Johnson. Just wait. And instead they were trading up to draft Trent McDuffie, which isn't bad, by the way. Not bad at all, but Jermaine Johnson's guy's got unlimited ceiling. By the way, Hassan Reddick, they still have Hassan Reddick. I don't know what's going on there. Remember Will McDonald, he was the 15th overall pick in the draft. They had to draft in when they couldn't get an offensive lineman. But, I mean, that defensive line's deep and talented. Apparently not very good. So, I think Steelers defense is top in the AFC North, but their offense is bad. I think the Bengals or Ravens top off. I mean, I know the Steelers are 2-0, but I'm not looking at the Steelers and going, oh man, they're the team to beat in the AFC North. I'm not saying that at all. You know what? It's funny we talked about the AFC North. What about the Cleveland Browns? I mean, I know that they gave up 33 against Dallas. Part of that was a punt return and some bad offense. But how good is let me ask you this here. How good could the Cleveland Browns be once they get their tackles back and Nick Chubb comes to town? Nick Chubb's their best offensive player. And then they got two offensive tackles are coming back, and these are good players too. These aren't slappies. I mean, these are really good players. So I mean, I think the Cleveland Browns, I mean, they're going to be at full strength here in a couple of weeks, and they're 1-1 already in a division where two other guys are 0-2. I mean, yeah, I mean, seriously, I mean, nobody wants to hear this, but the Browns may be the team to beat in the North. Denver Gator Jets could lose Thursday night. I mean, I'm going to tell you something. The NFL did an A++ job about these Thursday night matchup. This is going to be a good one. Jets and Patriots. Both teams are 1-1. Both teams could make. I mean, I don't know if you're the Jets, if you could say you can make a case being 2-0, but I know the Patriots could probably make a strong case. I mean, it's an overtime game, but that's a big game. They do, and here's another thing about the Rams. They're going to come back to full strength in a couple of weeks, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm not too worried about it. They're showing, I have Sunday Night in America up. There's a conversation between Jerry Jones, Tom Brady, and Mike Tyson. That would have been cool. Ravens at Cal. Oh, my God. I didn't know that. That's a huge game. That's going to be a fun game. Both teams need to win. Both teams need to win. Wow. Perry, you're right. I think the Pats match up extremely well with the Jets. I'm looking at the Jets as a team that's struggling offensively, and I haven't watched too much of the Patriots, but I was very high on their front seven early on. So I mean, you have a team with a really, really good front seven. Christian Gonzalez looks like a Pro Bowl caliber corner. Like that dude's a stud. Kyle Duggar's a dude I really like. So I mean, listen, you got some players on that defense. You have an offense that's struggling. And what's the thing that the Jets hung their hat on is having a world-class defense. That's not true anymore. That's not true anymore. Listen, Ramondre Stevenson, for you fantasy football owners, Ramondre Stevenson may have a game on Thursday. He may have a game on Thursday. It's going to be a fun game. The NFL really, really, really did a great job. Thursday Night Football's must-see. The Bills are Allen. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, he didn't put up great numbers, but yeah. I mean, also there was 3 interceptions by Tua. I mean, honestly, that game could have been a lot closer without some really, really bad errors. But yeah, gonna be a great game. She'll learn her lesson out week 2. I'm not really sure Reddick's the answer, but the one thing about Hassan Reddick is that why do you trade for a player and then just don't, just don't do anything with them? I mean, it's a big mistake. You have an opportunity if you're the Jets to really do something. And it kind of sucks because it's a front office mistake that Robert Saleh is going to pay for. So I forgot that they're playing Dallas. That's going to be a fun game. So I'm going to bet US. They don't have week 3. They don't have week 3 lines up yet. I was trying to see if they had a week 3 line up. So doesn't look like they have it yet. Now my voice is going fast. The over-under for the Jets. I'm not exaggerating Denver Gator. I honestly expect the opening line to be at 38.5, and I think it'll drop. I think it'll be 38.5. It's hard to believe in 2024 you can put an NFL it's hard to believe that you can put a NFL point spread over under 40, but yeah. The way things look right now, Salah will go back to the 49ers. Salah will go back to the 49ers. I said the same thing. And if I'm Tua, you absolutely positively have to look at plan B. I expect Tannehill to be signed soon. Unless there's some bad blood between the Dolphins and Tannehill, and I don't know if there is, but even if there was, get over it. And if you're Tua, I know he's going to talk. I know the plan isn't to retire, but there's much more important things in football. There really is. So, Father Time's undefeated. He wanted to take off a training camp. I could see a situation where I really could. I could see a situation where Salah gets fired and Rodgers gives his stamp of approval to whoever takes over as head coach. And then there's a lot of hype on the Jets and new coaching staff and great defense, Aaron Rodgers. I could see a situation like that. And, but I mean, the Jets are 1-1. Miami looks like they're in trouble. New England's 1-1. Jets win and they're 2-1. Going to be Thursday night football is going to be a good one. Thursday night football is going to be a good one. The Packers are going LOL at the Jets. Yeah. The Packers wanted Reddick. The Packers wanted Reddick. There's a lot of things, but yeah. Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I just had an absolute blast. What a great game. Very, very controversial call. Very, very controversial call. I expect Tannehill to be a Dolphins soon. I'm going to tune in Monday as I have some afternoon delight. Monday's going to be some afternoon delight. I'm going to be lucky enough. I have Keaton from Keaton Talk Sports. He's going to be joining the show. It's going to be a great time. I have 20 hours to get my voice back. Don't forget my award-winning picks video will be coming out Tuesday, even though my voice is shot right now. But hopefully, when Afternoon Delight comes up, I'll be good to go. Cards' third win in the last 18 games. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, when the Cardinals have Kyler Murray, they actually play decent. Listen, Denver Gator, we're in for a wild season. I mean, it's week 2 and it already looks like a lot of fun. Week 2 already looks like a lot of fun. We're going to talk about this tomorrow. Guys, drop a comment if you have a question. If you have any fantasy football questions about Monday night. No, I agree. I'm just saying. Remember they were like 1-9 or something. And Kyler Murray came back and they finished the season like 3-4, 4-3. I mean, they can do some things. They can do some things. But guys, tune in for some afternoon delight tomorrow, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific time. Keaton from Keaton Talk Sports is joining the show. I need to get my voice back, but I'll be back Monday. And don't forget my award-winning picks video comes out Tuesday. Have a great night. Thank you so much for joining the show. And I Denver Gator, I hope to see you tomorrow, brother, man. You guys have a great night.